There we go. All right. Think we're good. Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. We're going to talk about Bitcoin here and a bunch of other stuff over the next few minutes. Loki says hello. He's excited to get some treats, I'm expecting, right? All right, let me wait for this to kind of get hooked up here and we should be good to go. Let me go over here. There we go. Alrighty. With that, perfectly fine. All right. There we go. Yeah, I know you're there. I know you're there. There we go. Hey Puma, hey, I've got an itch. Hold on guys, I'm just getting everything ready. I haven't had to stream here in a second since I've been so busy with that the NFT conference in downtown Seattle. Today guys, Loki's all over the place here. You can't see them, but he's creeping. You can see his ears now. But today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin, the Nasdaq, Credit Suisse, Kim Kardashian, my portfolio here. My oil stocks took off. I know I've been telling you guys I've been buying oil stocks for a while here, but you know, as they've been coming down, we finally had a pop. There's maybe some good news for us. We'll have to see how good the news, how good that news may get for oil stocks. But I do think that buying oil plays here, not as an options play, but just as a longer term hold or a quarterly hold, is probably going to be a good thing for everybody. If you guys, or if it'd be a good thing if you're in those plays, right? Another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about itself was just the NFT conference. I'll be talking to you guys about what I learned. If you guys have any questions about NFTs, I am still no expert, but I'm starting to understand how NFTs can be beneficial. Going into this conference, honestly, I thought that not like 100% of NFTs were frauds and scams and stuff of that nature. Now I think that only 99% of NFTs are frauds and scams, because I actually met some good people. I understand what their projects are trying to do, and I understand the benefit here, exactly what's going to be happening. So no, sorry guys, I got a water over here. Loki's gonna try to take it. I am coming down with a slight cold right now, not COVID. I did test myself, and it isn't that. It's just like a scratchy throat and a little bit of a stuffy nose. So hopefully that kind of goes away here pretty soon. But it's not like anything bad so far, so I think I should be able to talk with you guys for a while since my throat isn't still doing okay. All right, so we're gonna talk about Bitcoin first, what's been happening, then we'll move over to the Nasdaq, because we did close down below that 200 weekly here. So this week, especially going into October, is just gonna be freaking insane. We'll have to see all this you know, adds up, right? Especially with inflation kind of trickling in there. Yeah, but let's just start off with Bitcoin here. Before we get started on that, let me make a move right there. There we go. And hey Puma, I've got an itch, Mr. Tanker, Odin's Hidden Treasure, and GT. Hope you guys are doing well. I know I'm a little bit earlier today, so I don't expect many people to be watching right now, but I'm going to be a little bit busier later on tonight, so I want to make sure you guys have something to watch here, especially since I wasn't able to stream Friday night because I was just exhausted. Really fun time, but we'll talk about the NFT conference here in a little bit. So basically this is what I'm looking at as far as Bitcoin's concerned. You guys know I still have current longs, 10x leverage from 18,500, which are performing fine. Let me go to the 4-hour chart before we start looking at the weekly and stuff like that. I bought them right down here. If you guys can see this right here, pretty close to the bottom of this particular wick, right around there. I got more lucky on this one. I didn't know it was going to drop down just to a little bit below that. You guys remember I actually bought some a while ago here at like the same price, and then I sold it when it crashed back down to 19,000. So all I really recouped was like from here to here, so not really much of a profit, but I wanted to walk away with a profit, and you know, that's what I like to do, guys. And so the next time it came back down, I decided to buy some more for another opportunity, because I was pretty sure that the Nasdaq was going to hold. All right, now the Nasdaq didn't hold, but we'll come back to that in a second here. And so, you know, we've managed to bounce back up. You guys can see on the 4-hour chart, we actually just had a death cross here, which I don't like too much. I'm hoping that the good stuff that can happen sometime today could actually reverse this death cross over a period of 36 hours or so. Moving over here to the daily chart, my hope is, excuse me, is that over the next 24 to 36 hours, maybe 48 hours, Bitcoin can make its way to break above the 50-day moving average here. If that does occur, I'll be very happy. I don't know if it is going to occur, but as far as my positions here, I'll pull up the Fibonacci extension chart in just a second. I'd probably be best to do it on this chart right here. Okay, so let's get rid of all these lines for now. They're not going to matter at this point in time. Okay. So what I'm looking for as far as Bitcoin, in case we do have this bounce, after last week's bad week, we could definitely have a bounce here. It's going to be hard, guys, but the market seems to really want it, so I'm not going to fight the market here. I am not really doing swing trades besides a couple of my Bitcoin trades. I'm mostly doing day trading in this volatile market situation. I don't want to be surprised here, especially as OPEC is about to make a massive decision, which we're going to talk about here after we do some Bitcoin technical analysis and some Nasdaq technical analysis. Okay. All right. So adding the Fibonacci extension tool up here, you guys know we normally are heading for the white line up here, the number 1 target. There's another line up here. I don't know what the color used to be. I should probably change it just for the sake of oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I've never had that happen before. Oops. Okay, well, let's just reverse that. Oh, I can't reverse it. Oh, snap. Well, let's see if it fixes it up if I do it a different way. It won't really matter. All we're usually talking about is numbers. Oh, that's brutal. That is brutal. Okay, well, the one we care about right now, I guess, is white. So let's just do this to red, gray, red. This one should be red. This one should be yellow. Okay, it's, oh gosh, I hate this, guys. I'm sorry, but it looks so freaking weird to not have them be something else. There we go. Let's go with a darker shade of blue. And for this one right here, let's just do a hot pinkish. And one of these is not supposed to be here, 1.21. Okay, there we go. We can just change that into orange. Yeah, it's not bad. Okay, there we go. That one actually is normally orange. Okay, so what we're going to be looking at here, everybody, is for us to break above this level of 19,760. If we're able to do that, I'm pretty confident we can make a move to test the 50-day moving average. Now, when that comes, it'll probably be around 20,300, or tomorrow sometime maybe around 20,200, 20,150 or so. That's not going to be too hard to get. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Remember, I have a little bit of a cold here. But I think that's the goal for the next few hours, or excuse me, next few days. If we're lucky, we can go up here to retest the 20,836 Fibonacci extension level. But I do think these are going to be pretty good for good targets for us to try to close above on a daily basis. As far as the weekly chart's concerned, you can see we're about to test it out for the weekly candle. It's a new weekly candle, as you guys know, and I'm hoping we could try to break up to at least this yellow line up here of 20,839. If we get above that, I'll probably continue to hold for a little bit, but this 20-week moving average is going to be a little bit of a concern for me. Okay. All right, but let me go back over here very fast. And if you wanted to do a day trade on the 4-hour chart, I would be using this low, this high, and this low. I haven't seen it really a need for it too much just yet, but as for me, I haven't used it well day trading, I guess I should say. But you saw we broke above here. If you guys bought the breakout on the upswing of it, you could have had a cool day trade from here to here. And now we're waiting to get to that next level up here, which actually happens to be an old level of resistance from a few days ago of 19,763. I'd rather look at the day chart one because, just planning for the next few days. However, if you guys are day trading, don't be afraid to use some of those smaller time frames. Okay. Now, excuse me. I'm gonna take a sip of water here. I made sure to bring water because I know I'm gonna get a cold here a little bit later, or get worse. There we go. Okay. And now, just to go over Bitcoin one more time, I feel like I'm missing something. No, I'm not missing anything on that screen. That's fine. Actually, probably best for this one. Oh, really? It won't let me go back before I change the colors? Really? Okay, well, that's fine. Okay, it doesn't matter. All I want to do is put back on this horizontal ray right here. I just want to have a basic trend line. But for now, I'm actually going to leave the trend line out of this. There's two breakouts that can occur over the next few days. Most of you guys will hear about the one I'm going to tell you. Some of you guys may not have heard of the second one yet, although I'm pretty sure you guys might have heard it somewhere in passing. So this is the one you're going to be looking for, right? This is the one you guys have probably seen me talk about, or other YouTubers talk about, TikTokers, Twitter people, whatever. That breakout is kind of around 21,000, maybe a little bit less than that over the next few days. I would say maybe close to 20,800 levels over the next few days, unless Bitcoin really soars over the next like week or so. You know, somewhere a little bit less than 21,000. Okay, that's important, but don't ignore the one that's actually, if you go to the daily chart and you zoom out. Okay, we haven't done this in a while, but since we're getting close here, you guys should know how to do this. Let me make this into a full screen. You guys know how I always have log on. Well, I want you guys to turn log off when you're adding this to your chart. So it looks like that. And then from there, you can go from the all-time highs over here to the highs back in, when was this? In March. All right. You put that trend line up there to the highest peak you can find, which happens to be, I'm going to be precise here for you guys in case you guys don't want to do this part. Yeah, happens to be right here, this candle from April 5th. Okay. Then you drag it down and you see where we're at. We're really close to that one. All right. So I would say you guys have two opportunities here to make a trade if we do break out. This will be a really fun breakout if it does occur, I believe, barring any really crazy news happening out there. I know everybody's talking about nukes and whatnot. Let's hope that doesn't come to fruition. But you can either choose to buy this breakout right here of 19,985, or that's the longer term one, or you can buy this one right here for the shorter term one around 20,871. I think either one is going to be fine. If you're going to be buying and holding for a potential swing on a breakout, just be very, very careful and have a stop loss. I'm mostly doing day trading. I already have a long in the market. I was really lucky to get it down at below 19,000. But if you guys are going to try to do that, you know, also just be aware of any breakdowns that you might see off of this point right here. I honestly don't think this is going to be too crazy of a breakdown if we break down below this, but you guys should just be aware of it. And the other thing here as well, you know, a lot of times I will actually just have my log charts separate than my log on charts, because if I turn this on, you'll notice that that line kind of disappears and it goes all the way over here to a breakout that might occur sometime in December. Okay, so if you guys want to, you can have this all in the same chart and just do log off like that, but you are going to notice the line shifting just a little bit. Not too big of a deal, but some people like me just like to have it separated so everything's a little bit more organized. All right, now so keep that in mind. I'm going to keep this up here. I'm going to keep it up there, but just so you guys know, at a touch of a button, the chart may look like that when I'm explaining something over the next few weeks here, or next few days actually. Okay, and then we can still go off of those same Fibonacci levels. The log scale doesn't mess up with those at all. So I can go right here, right, and go to those highs, lows, highs, and wait for something cool to happen. And I probably want to change those colors back up, because my gosh, this just looks horrible, doesn't it? Horrible, horrible, horrible. Red, yellow, blue, harder pink, white, purple, and this one orange, I guess. Yeah, it's not gonna look the way I normally have it, but that's okay. But yeah, so that's one of the things you guys are going to be looking at pretty soon. Okay, now to talk about some of the other stuff going on today, let's see, let's probably go to the Nasdaq first, honestly, guys. So bad news here, we officially closed down below the 200 weekly moving average for the first time since the 2008 financial crisis, and then the dot-com bubble before that. We have had a pretty nasty reversal down. This week, I think is going to be all about trying to do everything we can to have a pretty robust week where we can try to close back above this. The fact that we've broken down below this really does tell me that sometime over soon we are going to have a tank. And by soon, I'm talking about months. I'm not going to try to make a definitive statement here, but to me, this really symbolizes something really bad is coming in the market. I don't have the skills necessarily to kind of tell you the timing here, but this still means to me that I'm still dollar cost averaging. I'm not putting all my chips on the table, so to speak. However, I may have an opportunity over the next few days, especially for members here, where I'm going to go over a bunch of different stocks like Apple, stuff like that, and see if I can buy up some calls, some options for short-term day trades, or for maybe a week hold on an options call, but those are going to be a little bit risky there as well right now. One other thing here, we are going to be looking really closely right here as we have a death cross approaching sometime in November or December. I don't know exactly when this is going to happen because we're actually starting to slow down just a little bit here. Once we get close, I can probably tell if it's going to be more mid-November or maybe mid-December. Probably not anytime in early November, okay, guys? And then after that, you do see this death cross coming here off the weekly charts. I'm still extremely bearish on the market, but I hope we can have a bounce here. I really do. I was kind of, I guess I was at the conference on Friday, so I wasn't able to look at the charts the entire day. I was really hoping we were going to hold, and we did not. But you did feel a little bit of downward movement, I guess you would say. And if we go over here to the daily chart, we broke down from that the historic low from or not historical low, but the 2022 low, right? So we'll see what happens now. Oil prices going up may help us out a little bit, but yeah, I'm still a little bit concerned about what happens over the next few months here, guys. Now, so going over some good news here. Let me take a sip of water, I guess, very fast. Excuse me. If you guys have been looking at oil plays at all, or if you guys have been watching me at all, you guys have known I've been talking about oil. I've been buying up certain oil companies, quite a bit of them. But right now, it looks like that today was the day that oil kind of popped off. Let me go to watch list here. We'll talk about it here in a few more seconds, but I want to answer some of your questions first. You guys can see on the daily chart, oil has started to pop back off. Popped up like 4% today. We may even go up a little bit higher over the next few days. So stay tuned for this, because if this does continue to move up, you may see inflation tick back up a little bit, actually, which is the kind of scary part. However, as you know, I'm hoping we can see oil stocks go up as well, just so you guys can kind of see what I'm looking at here. So PXD is something I told you guys about, petroleum natural energy. That jumped up almost 7% today. We got ConocoPhillips is up 7%. Oxy, some of you guys own this actually. It ran up against the 50-day moving average here. Devon Energy, that one broke above the 20 to 50, jumped up 8.5% today. Yowza, right? So Schlumberger, that jumped up 6.69. So oil to me still seems like something I want to be holding for a while, as well as, like, I'm still making good dividends off of them, as I just posted that video today, actually, right? I took me a while to make that thumbnail, so apologize for that, guys. Okay. So let me do this for a little bit here. Let me go back to Bitcoin, I guess. Let's go to 15-minute chart. There we go. Okay, let me make sure I answer some of you guys' questions. And in case some of you guys just hopped on, I know I'm streaming a little bit earlier. I'm coming down with a cold slowly but surely, so my throat is just kind of like, it doesn't hurt, but it has that really itchiness, so you may hear me like cough or something like that pretty soon. And then my nose is pretty stuffy, so I'm pretty sure that pretty soon I'm going to go grab like a nasal spray. Actually, let me do that right now. Hold on, guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab nasal spray. I'm sorry, but I don't want to sound like a freaking weirdo as I'm talking to you guys. Count to 15. Alrighty, I'm back. Oh, that felt good. Whatever I got, it's like vapor stuff for your nose or something like that. Okay. There you go. And hey, Bideford, FYI, North Korea just shot a missile over Japan. Warning. Oh, see, look at that. The world's going crazy. And hey, Ken, happy to see you back, my man. And hey, Ewok Egypt. Hey, Michael, I've been holding out to buy a large position of Ethereum around 1,000, and then hold for multiple years until I'm happy with profit. What do you recommend? I mean, it's really up to you. When you feel like it's hit your kind of target price, as far as when you want to buy. I like dollar cost averaging because it's the safest and easiest way to actually enter the market. That way you're not buying Ethereum at 1,300 and maybe over the next 6 months it drops down to like 600 or something like that. There's two ways that I usually tell my friends to go about this. The first one, or maybe three, I guess, depends on your means. Or you could just, okay, we'll start from scratch. You could dollar cost average, okay? So like a few bucks here every month, a few bucks here every month, whatever. Or what you can do is just buy a lump sum and see where it goes, okay? And then just kind of hold it over time. I like dollar cost averaging because it spreads the money out even more. However, you know, you could always do a hybrid mix of that. I have a friend, when Ethereum hit, I think it was like a few months ago, like around June, Ethereum was crashing and it hit like $1,000, like not even the lows that we experienced a few months ago for Ethereum. You know, when it came all the way down here to 876, he was loading up on it around like $1,000, close, but you know, not too close. And what he did afterwards, he's like, oh, I'm just buying a whole bunch here for long term. He just bought even more on the next dip. If you have the means, you could always buy a lot on this dip, a lot on this dip, and just kind of wait it out. But dollar cost averaging is usually the safest way, unless you want to dollar cost average and then also have another account that's set up primarily for buying Ethereum at what you think, what you might perceive to be its bottom. Nobody's going to know the exact bottom of the market, but if you wanted to, you could be like, hey, I'm going to dollar cost average 50% of what I want to spend on Ethereum, just dollar cost average it, and you can have that last 50% for whenever you think, like the next big capitulation moment where the whole world is freaking falling down. You know, let's say Bitcoin hits 15,000, 14,000, whatever it may be, whatever Ethereum is at that time. You could just buy a lump bags or whatever of Ethereum, and then just kind of hold it for a long period of time. You have options here. I like dollar cost averaging. It's very, very simple. However, it's not for everybody. Neither is just buying the dip at each and every time, right? But dollar cost averaging is usually the safest way to go. However you want to split it up. But understand, we're just now entering the bear market. We just had a confirmation that all the indices have now been in the bear market. So this will probably last like another 6 or 7 months at least. And then maybe we'll find a bottom around somewhere in those months, and you know, hope we can have a reversal. But remember, the job losses haven't started to happen yet. So you know, it all depends on where you think the bottom is going to be at. That's kind of how you have to frame this right now. Because if you think we've already hit the bottom for Ethereum, you could be buying and, you know, just do one large chunk of lump change, and then you'll see where it goes from there. Let's see. Back over here to Bitcoin. Excuse me. All right, and Bitcoin's having a little bit of a spike. Right now, guys, my price target is kind of around $21,000. That's when I'm most likely going to start scaling out a little bit of my my longs that I've done, probably like 20%. I really want to see how far this rally could go, if it is a rally, only because if the Nasdaq does bounce from here, that should be a really good indication for Bitcoin. We'll just kind of have to see, because you guys know that the Nasdaq was falling like a rock the last week. Bitcoin was just kind of going sideways. Let's see. And hey, Zachary, just a couple of days until Californians get their free money. Only question is if they filled up their gas tank one or YOLO it on stocks crypto. Probably do their gas tanks at this point, guys. You know, the way I look at it right now, everybody, my oil stocks are doing wonderful. You guys know I've been hawkish on oil all year, but the economy's getting worse. This week especially, I just put a short ad about it. Like gas prices here in Washington, they spiked like 60 cents. It was insane. Like within a couple days, the prices had just skyrocketed. Some of you guys told me, I think Can told me it was really expensive in certain parts of California too. So I'm really concerned about how bad that's going to get real fast. And the reason why gas is going up here is in part the hurricane. I think it's only a small part though. But what's going on right now is this. So you guys know OPEC. We've talked about OPEC, Biden administration, oil reserves. We talked about this before. But excuse me. Oil prices could soon return to $100 as OPEC Plus considers historic cut, analysts say. Okay, so let's just kind of go through some bullet points, if you will. OPEC and non-OPEC producers, a group often referred to as OPEC Plus, will meet in Vienna, Austria on Wednesday to decide the next phase of production policy. The oil cartel and its allies are considering an output cut of more than 1 million barrels per day, according to OPEC Plus sources who spoke to Reuters, whatever. And then they go on to say a further uptick in trading activity coupled with tightening near-term oil fundamentals could well push oil prices back to above $100 a barrel. That's not really good. I hope it's not going to come back up to 100. I mean, that'd be really brutal for a lot of people. But if we just go back over here to the watch list, right, where 83 bucks, we're gearing up for a larger move. You could already see it happening right now, that loading zone that we're currently in. And we just broke above the 20-day moving average for the first time since August 23rd. It's been a minute. We are in a place where we could have a golden cross here. So let's see what happens there. But 100 bucks takes us all the way back up here. It could happen. Let's hope it doesn't, but it could happen. Our oil stocks will like it, but just, you know, if you guys pump any gas into your car, you're not going to like it, obviously. However, let's go back over here very fast. You know, also here, OPEC has the resolve to support prices. It's going to happen much higher, and they're going to be showing a resolve to protect price. They're less worried about demand. Okay, they understand that demand is going to be dropping, right, as the recession gets worse, as people lose their jobs, as there's less demand for oil. However, what they want to do is just have a stable price that's not moving all over the place. They want it to probably stay around, I don't know, 50 to 60, whatever they're saying there, or maybe a little bit higher than that, maybe in the 80s. We'll have to see. But you guys have to understand that they're not happy right now for two reasons. First of all, they're already having trouble excuse me, meeting the quotas that they put out for themselves. They're already having trouble with those quotas. And on top of that, they don't like Biden right now because he's been manipulating the oil prices by taking out of the petroleum reserves that we've been enjoying over the past few months. So that's been helping take oil out, putting more supply in the system, thereby kind of trying to meet demand and lower the price. OPEC doesn't like that. Usually they control oil prices, right? And they control oil prices as well as the U.S. oil companies, right? That huge bidding war between demand and supply, that's what normally is controlling prices. Biden's kind of taking that into his own hands, with which the U.S. companies, they don't like, but they're not going to do anything about it. But OPEC plus, OPEC, oil producing countries out there outside the United States, that's going to hurt them, okay? Especially since the dollar is very, very strong right now, as you guys know. Okay, that's one bit of news. There's not really much besides that as far as what's going on with oil, but it is something you guys should be aware of. It's not good news for everybody that wants to drive their car and spend less than like $4 a gallon for gas. One other thing that I thought was pretty interesting today, which is, good for the SEC, but it seemed like such a weird place to go. So Kim Kardashian pays over $1 million to settle SEC charges linked to a crypto promo on her Instagram. So I'm not going to go into detail about this too much, guys, because we don't have to. This is basically what happened. A company offered Kim Kardashian like $250,000 or so to post about this crypto company and like pump up their stock. All right. She took the $250,000 for one Instagram post. She posted on Instagram. People got into the coin. It was a big, what I would assume is a big pump and dump, right? And the thing that she did that was illegal was not tell her followers that she was being paid, or this was a paid sponsorship, basically. So, her reputation got ruined a little bit, but she's Kim Kardashian. She's going to be beloved by people forever, her people. But she did have to pay a fine of, I guess, a little over $1 million, which is quite substantial. The thing that kind of hits close to home for me is I've showed you guys tons of emails, especially during the bull market, of companies reaching out to me and trying to get me to talk about their coin, talk about their project and stuff like that, right? I've never done one of those videos. Never taken them because I've always thought they were too risky and not good for you guys. I'm thinking that over the next couple of years, as more and more rules kind of get established, I'm thinking going to see a lot of the big YouTubers like, BitBoy and stuff. I don't know if the SEC is going to be coming after them, but I do think that they're not going to be able to just like say, hey, I found this cool, awesome coin that everybody should buy, and you should buy it too, and then like dump on them afterwards. I don't think they're going to be able to get away with that, because that's going to be it's going to be a crime that's enforced, I guess you would say. There's tons of crimes that are enforced here, but it's going to be one of those things where the government actually comes after them if they try to really screw over their subscribers, which I think is a good thing. And if it's really done well, I think YouTube may actually ban their channels for fraud, which is violation of YouTube's guidelines. All right, so we may see the crypto space on social media change up quite a bit off of what we're looking at here, because they're not going after any of the bad actors in the Wall Street. They're literally just going after Kim Kardashian because she took $250,000 for a crypto posting, which is bad, don't get me wrong, but it's just like their priorities don't seem to be in the right spot. All right, and one other thing here which I thought was pretty interesting, today there's a guy on Twitter, I forget his name, so I'm gonna have to look him up. It's like Lark or something. Lark hold on a second, let me type his name. Lark Davis. Okay, so this guy Lark Davis, just so you guys know, he has 1 million followers on Twitter. I think he has like 400,000 subscribers on YouTube. This guy has also been known as shilling out coins. So the what do you call it, like a new startup in the crypto space will say, hey, we'll give you $50,000 worth of our coin at this certain price. You promote it to your people and tell everybody it's going to be going up, going up, going up. And then as soon as it goes up, after all of your subscribers buy into it, you sell it off onto your subscribers, and then afterwards the price crashes. So he's been caught doing that, so just watch out for him. I thought that was just a crazy story that I just, like, when you see people this big, you always assume like they're smart enough to not really be jackasses, but yeah, he didn't really do a good job of not doing that. So so be careful of this guy as well. There was a thread on it where he was apologizing and saying like, this is wrong, this is wrong. I read it, it really didn't make much sense, but just be careful of this guy. He's not who you want to follow. If you find him entertaining, by all means go for it, but if he puts out a coin after that that he thinks you guys should buy, I'd be very careful if you guys actually do follow his advice. There's a good chance he's probably going to sell some stock onto you. Okay. All right, let's do it here. And ACN, hope you're doing well. I'm doing okay, man. I'm coming down with a cold. My mom gave it to me of all people. But it's just like a stuffy nose, a little bit of a runny nose, and it's messing with my throat a little bit. I'm thinking of tonight or tomorrow probably sleeping on my sofa. The recliner behind me, just sleeping, watching TV or something like that. Because I don't want my throat to get worse, and the worst way I get my throat gets much worse if I fall asleep laying on my back with a nasal stuff, right? But I should be okay. I'm exhausted from walking all around Seattle. We'll talk about this here now, and then we'll go over some more stuff. This is probably going to be a slower night for me, as you guys know, since I'm coming down with something, but I'm hoping to make it slow but long, so want to be live for a while. So I went here. I should probably open up a few pages about this place. It was nice. It was much better than I thought it was going to be. They gave me immediate pass so I can go check it out and tell you guys what I thought about it, and which I'm really grateful for them. Lennox was a really great guy. He works for Starbucks as his main job, and he just put this together with a couple friends, at their with their own time here. Let's just do map Seattle, I guess you would say. There you go. All right, and then we go over Seattle here. I don't really need to be in Seattle like that. Okay, but the event was over here at a place called Block 41, which is really close to the Pike Place Market. So there's the Pike Place Market right over here. Wait, where's the Pike Place Market? Oh, there it is. Okay, Public Market, First and Bell, a couple streets. Yeah, so the first venue was right over here at a place called Block 41, which is this place right here. Oh yeah, Block 41 right there. Really fun time, really cool event space. I listened to a whole bunch of people talk. I don't know if there's actually pictures from the event here. I looked it up on email. There's not too many pictures there right now. But basically, yeah, it's like a cool little outside spot. That wasn't the event, but it's a really nice venue. It's a really chill place. It was really fun to go down there and hang out with people and just kind of meet people and kind of see what's going on. I probably should have taken more pictures, but honestly, I was just kind of there to network and talk with people. But it was a really good venue. The second place was right here. It's hard to see it, but there's a this is a stage place, and on top of it, oh, it's like First and Bell. Yeah, oh, it's actually called First and Bell. That's why it was like that. Okay. Well, basically, like a similar good event place. I didn't spend much time downstairs listening to the speakers the second day because it was more orientated. I'm not really an art guy as far as like art NFTs and stuff like that. So what I did is I still went back and networked, but there's a cool upstairs place where you can kind of chill. And this was where I was at all night. They had a DJ out, tons of free alcohol. It was a really, really fun time. And then right after that, I went and got sushi at Umi Sake House, which is my favorite place. But I'll talk about all that good stuff here in a second. So basically, guys, what I was able to really learn from this conference here is that instead of 100% of NFTs being scams, 99% of NFTs are being scammed. I kind of talked with a bunch of people. Jonathan Blanco was good. Tom is a billionaire. He was there as a speaker. He was a really cool guy. I talked to a lot of people on this panel. I know Zoe was there. Takeshi was there. You know, a lot of Sassy Black was there. A lot of cool people. Linux right there was a person I was talking about a few minutes ago. Really chill place. Really cool environment. I liked it a lot. Like I said, a lot of cool people there. But basically, what I was able to like determine from all this is that the way NFTs are going to be making money down the road is from the actual fungible token themselves. Like the picture that you guys look at, that really is only a perceived value there, if you get what I'm saying. The value is in an idea like this. Let's say I'm a music artist, all right? And you know that music labels really screw over artists because they make them pay for everything, the drinks, the cars, everything comes out of the artist's pocket, and then the media company still gets a commission off of everything. So, you know, it's hard to make it in music because those the music barriers. But let's say this. Let's say that you have a music. You're a musician, you make a really good song. You could actually sell only 100 copies of that song instead of going and put them on NFTs. But within the NFT, you could put a licensing agreement for commercials or whatever you want, which means that if you own the NFT for that song, you pay no royalties or you pay no fees on whatever you use the song for. So in theory, like let's say I made a song called Bitcoin to the Moon, all right? Bitcoin to the Moon, blah, 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 blah. If I made an NFT, like 5-10 NFTs out of that, I could sell each of them, and it's a really big song, it's a really big hit. I could sell an NFT with that song for $50,000, but on top of that, within the NFT itself, it's built-in licensing fees, which means that if McDonald's wants to buy the song as their new logo or the new, you know, McDonald's anthem, whatever, they would just pay me for the NFT, and I would get no more money for them because within the NFT, I've given them the rights to use that song as much as they like to for their branding, right? So there'd be a specific deal broken in there. And that's kind of the utilities I see, as well as it comes with banking and that information. Although some of the things they were talking about, it seems like it's very, very far down the road because a lot of the stuff they're talking about as far as banking requires mass adoption by the consumer across the United States or just Europe or, you know, Western democracies or first world countries. I don't know what the, you know, the modern world. I don't know what you want to call it, what we call it nowadays. So, you know, that's why I started to see a lot of promise there. I talked to a couple of venture capitalists over there. And, you know, you guys are going to understand this, I think, pretty clearly. But you know where a lot of the venture capital is going right now? As I talk to these people who are very generous, they bought me a lot of free drinks, and a lot of alcohol, a lot of sushi and stuff like this. I was very, very grateful to a lot of them. They actually they were talking about gaming. They believe gaming is going to be the really big part of what happens with NFTs. And they're thinking that NFTs can also be used as a really cool community builder. And by that you understand that let's say I don't know if you guys, what's a popular game out there, Halo. If Microsoft comes out and they say, hey, we're going to be selling Halo this year, a brand new Halo, but then on top of that we're going to be selling off 5,000 Halo specific NFTs to celebrate Halo's anniversary, something like that. Okay, on top of buying the Halo game, you get the NFT. And then let's say that thing costs maybe an extra $50 more, like Halo games usually cost $60, maybe you're paying like $110 for it. During the next game, during the next big Halo revolution, next big gaming launch from Halo, they may say, hey, if you bought one of those 5,000 NFTs, that NFT is now a key to unlock all free content for the new Halo game, including a new free game for just those 5,000 people. And then, you know, when they do the next game they sell off, they say, hey, we're also selling off some NFTs here. And the first people to get access to those NFTs are the people that have already bought NFTs. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can do. Of course, it's more community building aspect, but you could get some really nice perks in here. I talked with some Starbucks. The Starbucks headquarters is in Seattle, so I talked with some workers from there as well. And Starbucks is starting to get geared for some type of promotion like that, where, hey, you can get an NFT through the app, and the NFT will give you access to really cool things that Starbucks might not sell to other people. So, you know, those type of things. So I'm still no expert. I'm going to be learning a lot more about them. I am going to be going to some event called Blocktoberfest, I think it's called. Is this it? I just got my tickets for it. It's free. Yeah, there you go. Is this it? I don't know if this is it. Is this in Seattle? I don't know. It doesn't tell you what it is. September 10th. No, this already happened. Okay. So this is another Blocktoberfest. Seattle? Oh, no. Seattle. Okay, well, I'll figure it out what it is. I already got an email for it. So actually, that's what I should do. Let me go to email. Learn more about this event. Yeah, Blocktoberfest, October 12th. Okay, so this is in Seattle. I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna talk to more people, and I'm gonna be looking for even more things here to about the blockchain, so I can start teaching you guys, because I'm going to be doing stuff about technical analysis just like I'm doing now. But over the next year, I also do want to learn more about the technology behind it. And with all the connections I've been making, which are some pretty significant things, being a YouTuber has some clout. And actually, I was not even being about YouTuber. I understand the market, so I got some clout from that while I was there. But, you know, not sure where I really want to go with that as far as blockchain, but I think it's going to be really, really fun for me to kind of be able to educate you on what's going on, and, you know, kind of tell you guys where the market is heading as far as what's investable, what market, you know, what you could invest in to be part of this stuff. And I'm not talking about like you donating or buying a part of a company, unless you guys have that much money. More of some of these venture capital funds, the people I talk with, some of them are openly traded on the stock exchanges, right? Or you can just, you know, put money in there to get money back out later down the road. So a lot of crazy stuff happened. I have photos, but they're all kind of on my phone. I think I even got something here a while ago, Stokes, Seattle. Let's see. Oh, I can't get the... Gabe was a cool guy. I don't think I can do it. Hold on a second here, guys. Image right here. Yeah, the what do you call? Okay, whatever. I thought they had a gallery or something on there. Who cares? But what I've been able to do also for you guys is I made some connections with some of the sponsors. So Circle was there, Pinata was there. I'm gonna have a call with this Pinata CEO sometime later on. I don't know, probably next week. I gotta schedule it first, but I got all of his information, which is really sweet because he wasn't giving his phone number out to many people. Which one? Yay. I didn't really do much of the NFT museum, honestly. I talked to these people, they were fine. I didn't really do much with them. Dow Coffee was pretty good, but there's one over here called Satoshi's Index. I talked with a guy, Kevin, and a couple other guys from there. This is something I'm probably going to be showing you guys over the next few months. They're not paying me for anything, but this is probably one of the cooler things I've seen here that I like, that could actually help out a lot of new investors, especially if you guys are on Binance US. Coinbase fine, but I think Binance US is where you're going to make some good money off of this. Basically, this is like dollar cost averaging, but on autopilot. And instead of going for the top 10 or top 10 coins, so to speak, this will actually just trade this will buy dollar cost average the top 10 coins by market volume. So how much it's being traded. So it'll kind of change every week or so, but you kind of set it and forget it. They just updated the UI. It's much different than the UI. I think if you were to sign up for it now, it launches this month. Now it's October, I think in a few weeks. So I will be showing you guys this. I will most likely just use my Binance account to test all this stuff out. And then once I like it, I'm going to be sure to use this as what would you want us to call this? Proof of dollar cost averaging concept. That way, you know, during the next altcoin season, I'm like, hey, I started buying in October of 2022. It's currently, you know, March of 2024, right before the halving. Here is what all that dollar cost averaging has gotten me as I put in $50 a week. Like, well, probably do something really small like the average person can do. $50 a week, $100 a week, $50 a week. I probably right now doing inflation, stuff like that. And then from there, watch the account probably go down as the market goes down, but eventually it'll all go up, and it'll be a chunk of Bitcoin, Ethereum, ADAs, you know, stuff like that. It's not going to be like I'm going to be making a million here, but I hope you guys can see the growth there, and you know, we'll see how it works out. But there were some great guys. They treated me out to dinner and beers and stuff like that. Yeah, I got drunk with everybody there, so you know, it's a good time if everybody's having a fun time drinking beer. And one other thing here. Was there anything else? I don't think so. If I think of anything, I'll let you know. Oh, you know what? So this is Pinata, your home for NFT media. So they don't help you mint the NFTs. What they do is they, you know, that back end stuff I told you guys about, the licensing and everything you could really add to an NFT. And you know, an NFT is pretty much a key, or it can be a key that it is used to unlock some really cool stuff. This is like the box or the trunk that it holds all this stuff, and what the NFT does is unlocks it. It's like the box, basically, if that makes sense. So I'm going to be making some fun NFTs. I got to figure out how to make an NFT first. You'll be happy to know that all NFTs that I make are going to be free, so I'm not going to charge anybody for anything. But I do hope eventually they become worth something. I'll probably end up like selling them down the road, but like, you know, making money off of them or some type of profit for like a project that I really want to do. You know, the benefits for it or something like that. But like I want to make like literally like 5,000 NFTs, like the first 5,000 NFTs I make. I want them to be free, and they're probably going to be a whole bunch of different releases, as I guess they call it, releases, yeah, whatever you call them. But yeah, so I'm thinking of making a bunch. I don't know how much they cost to actually mint, so that's the problem here. So that I may like do 100 a month or something like that, or 200 a month or something, you know what I mean? And just give them out for free. And if they're selling out too fast, especially for being free, I'll kind of up it to maybe 300, 400, 500. But I think there's only like usually up to 200 people watching the stream at any given point in time, even though I have lots of subscribers. The rest will come back when the bull market does. But by then, I think some of you guys should be able to sell some of your NFTs off or keep them, because they will be used as keys for cool stuff in the future that I'm able to do with my channel, which I think will be really, really cool events. So yeah, keep that in mind. I'm still not an expert, guys, on anything NFTs. I do see why there are people investing in them. I really, really do now. Before I had no idea why. I thought like 100% were scam. Now, again, only 99% of NFTs are scam in my opinion, but I would love to go to this event next year. I had a blast. I'll be doing actually a few videos on this and what I've learned from it. Kind of, you know, better format than just the stream itself. However, like I've met a lot of people, and a lot of these people are very knowledgeable. And a lot of these people have a lot of influence and knowledge about what goes on in this marketplace. You know, the tickets for this thing, they're not too expensive actually, now that I think about it, but you know, $200 a ticket for the average person, you know, 400 to 500 for the VIPs, especially for the first event. This is pretty good. I expect the prices to probably go up next year. But I've made enough connections with everybody where I'm going to be pretty happy. So just keep that in mind. I'm really excited about all the stuff I learned there. This is not a calling for you guys to just go out there and buy every NFT you see. It's mostly like, wow, now I can actually pay attention to NFTs because I actually know a little bit about them. But I'm still going to be very cautious as I talk about NFTs and what I do with my NFTs, which is why I told you guys just flat out, I'm going to be making NFTs here. I'm going to try. But now that I have all these connections to help me do so, yeah, the first 5,000, 10,000, they're just going to be free, me having fun and giving them out, and they'll all be made with that AI stuff that I've been using. That way you guys can have some really fun stuff with those. So I don't know if I have any images I can share with you guys, but let me see. Do I have another image section? No. Image 3, let's see how this works out. MX, no, okay. Sources. Let's go to image, add source, add new source instead, add source. Let's go to browse. and it's going to be more stuff that looks like this, right? It's going to be stuff that looks like this, which I think looks pretty cool. And if I could make this into an NFT form, I would be very, very happy with this. It'll cost a little bit of money, but I think it's just kind of a little fun thing for me to do. I don't even know how to hold an NFT yet, so give me like a month to figure all this stuff out. But I know like some people in the industry now after just like talking and literally just getting drunk. What a better way to kind of meet people. So I'll be making stuff like this in NFTs. There's other stuff I guess I could be turning into NFTs as well. I don't know if I have another example here. Stuff like this, whatever. I could make a lot of stuff into NFTs here, guys, which is gonna be really, really fun. So, just stay tuned for it. There's no really big, I don't think there's really big, like, hype around them, what I'm gonna be making here, but I think that you guys will enjoy them if you guys want them. And I'll make sure to have them be keys down the road that can be accessed to get some really cool stuff. I don't know what it might be. Basically, like maybe one day I start selling merchandise when I have the time. That just having one of my NFTs from the beginning, from the first one, and maybe the first 2 or 3 batches of a couple hundred or so, that gets you for the rest of my YouTube life, for the rest of the length of the channel here or whatever. That gets you 50% off of all merchandise. Some really cool code like that. Like that's what I'm gonna be doing with all this stuff, which I think is really, really cool. So it kind of rewards the community that's been here in the early parts and the bear markets. And then as the market picks back up, guess what? I'm not gonna be selling the NFTs, but maybe the NFTs don't really have as many good perks. Or if I do sell NFTs, they're still not gonna they might only have a 20% discount on the code instead of the 50% that everybody else gets on the first, the first big round that I do, so to speak. So, hopefully you guys understood all that stuff I just said, because I don't at the same time. Probably because I'm coming down with a cold. I can already feel my temperature going up right now. But I hope you guys enjoy that as I try to figure that out over the next few months here. Over the next month, I would say. Oh, it's right here. And hey, Who Johnson, hope you're doing well. And hey, Keezy, I love Luck. I hate Luck. Yeah, I mean, I've watched some of his videos before. He doesn't seem like a terrible guy. His information isn't bad. It just seems like he was getting paid to pump up coins with the coin itself. So what ended up happening was, without telling the audience, so he would get paid in coins, and then he would promote the coin, and then talk about the coin and whatnot. And then as soon as him talking about the coin got people to buy the coin, he would start selling off his coins that he got for the payment. So that's not a good look for him. I hope he doesn't do it again, or he learns from his mistakes. It's going to be rough if people keep on doing that, because a lot of times there's so many different offers in that realm. I got offers before that said, hey, we'll pay you in our coin to do a review of us. I almost did a few of those back, I think about last year or so, but that's because all they wanted was an honest review. If I could do an honest review and get paid for it, yeah, sure. But I mean, you guys know me when it comes to these types of things. I can be pretty freaking cruel when it comes to like looking at coins and how trash they can be. But they want an eyes to them. So if I give you guys my opinion, you guys might spend $5 on it or something like that. But basically, for me, whenever I accept money like that, or if I ever did, I'd probably just want to do it long-term holds, right? But that's because I'm a YOLO guy. But I think what was the reason? A lot of the people at those stages, they don't have actual money to be spending, or maybe I'm just not that important. So they just kind of offer their coin with the value of blank, right? But I never took any of those deals. You guys go back in my videos. I've never shilled out or anything like that. It just doesn't seem right, I guess you would say. And it seems like it always comes back to bite you in the butt. BitBoy has lost a bunch of credibility. Lark has lost a lot of credibility now, and they're not going to be getting it back. Crypto is too new to the community is too tight knit, right? All of a sudden, imagine you're Lark and you try to go to a convention, and everybody there is like, oh, that guy scammed people out of their money before. He's a fraudster. Like, it's going to be hard. It's going to be very, very hard to know that guy, defrauded a whole bunch of people, or, caused fraud to a whole bunch of people. Maybe let's see him one time at a conference. You never know. But, once that happens, it's kind of hard. I mean, some people can just like rise above it and be like, okay, I'm a douchebag. But, it's still a stain on your character, which, most people like me want to have a good character perception. Excuse me, guys. Okay, my nose is a little bit more clear now. And if you guys just got here, I'm coming down with a cold, a chest cold, not chest cold, a nasal cold with a throat little cough thing. So I'm taking it slow as far as talking, as slow as I can, I guess. Let's see right here. Oh, and hey, Bideford. Last year, she was fined for something similar and was told she could not promote any crypto for like 2 years. I can't believe she's not in jail. She's Kim Kardashian, but she's not going to be thrown in jail. But what's his name? Gary is not going to be putting her in jail. He does not have the guts for that. That guy is, remember, if he's not going after Wall Street, he's just going after, like, you know, the small fish, there's some drama in the fishing community here. Be sorry for my rant about this, but there was a big fisherman got caught putting lead weights into the fish's stomach to make them weigh more. Catastrophe in that in that sport right now. And hey, Alex, definitely a great game. That was one of the first games my mom ever bought me. I know it's right there. And hey, D's 2.0, happy to see you. Can we see Ethereum wrap gate IO to 1 hour and 5 minutes? You have to ask me a question about it. What do you want to see about them? And I can try to look for something. If you're looking for a pattern, something, yeah. And hey, Tony. What up, Michael? How are you, sir? Crazy last 2 days in the markets. It's definitely been intense right now. Bitcoin's going to try to bounce here, guys. I want to see how this week really plays out. If I was like, I'm more of a day trader right now. This market's really choppy. If you're going to be placing some bets for down the road, it's going to be very hard for you guys to do option plays unless you're seeing a breakout occur. What I'm really looking at, like I said, is day trading opportunities, which I'll be talking to about the members here pretty soon. I'm hoping to do a member stream here. I hope I'm just not too sick for it. Sometime tomorrow or Wednesday. But here's my kind of thoughts on the current situation. If you're going to be trading it, it almost feels safer. I mean, it is safe, but it almost feels like I don't even want to trade options right here unless I'm day trading. I just want to buy stock and see where it goes. Like, buy stock and see if it goes up or down, because I don't want to add too much risk to my portfolio right now. Right now, my oil and healthcare stocks are doing fantastic. Primarily my oil, my energy stocks, I can't really say that some of them aren't oil, but my energy stocks are doing fantabulous. Go over here to the groups. Oh, no, you can do this right here. Yeah. 1 day relative performance, energy is at the top. 1 week relative performance, energy is definitely at the top. And you can see 1 month relative performance, even energy was wasn't losing too much compared to a lot of other stuff like real estate. Real estate is in a freaking free fall right now, which is going to be a great opportunity to dollar cost average if you guys want to plan out some long-term wealth there. Okay, but the real estate market will come back. It always comes back, but give it some time before you really start diving deep into it. Actually, right now, if you want to do a trade on real estate, that might not be too bad. But 3 month relative performance, energy is the only thing that's up. I know I want, like, this is like the thing I can show you guys that says, hey, I know I've been telling you guys to buy energy for a while now. If you guys, I'm telling you guys I've been buying energy for a while now. But if you guys like it, you know, it's still doing fairly well. Half year relative performance down a little bit, not nearly down as much as everything else. 1 year relative performance, energy is taking off. I think energy will do good, you know, as we kind of go through the rest of this year. Okay. And hey, can you look at Tesla for a swing trade? I mean, you got to be careful with Tesla right now. It already had its big move, and that was off of news. That wasn't even off of technicals there. Let me go over. Actually, we have a Tesla right here in this section. All right, so you know, it already broke down right here, and that's hardly even a breakdown right now. We were kind of just in this basic rectangle, you know, consolidating. We did break down Friday, but that really wasn't the news that really like broke the camel's back here. The news was, we could also talk about Credit Suisse here too. That's a disaster in the making. Let's see. Where's the news? Reaffirm. Okay, we'll just have to go with this and move down. It'll give you a short but sweet thing of what's happening. There you go. Tesla shares dropped 8.61% after electric vehicle makers said it delivered 343,000 vehicles in the third quarter, less than analysts expected. However, Wall Street analysts were divided over the report. Okay, so they had some bad numbers come out. So what? Tesla's definitely taking a hit because of it. That's why. But at this point here, I mean, we can kind of go off of some of these other levels here. We can actually just match that right there, right? There's not really a setup happening right here. For a swing trade, you could try to swing it back down, but that's going to be we don't know. Tesla wants to go down. The rest of the market's like preparing for like this U-shaped little bend for at least a week here. I would be waiting to see how bad this gets, or waiting to see some type of setup here before you start going, and especially because it gapped down so much in a day. What you might want to do is sometime tomorrow morning, as soon as the market opens up, see if you can play the first half an hour of the trading day, if buy a call and see if it pops back up, or buy a put, depending on how the market's looking, I guess, at that particular first 15 minutes of the trading day there. But it's going to be very, very hard to be planning out a swing play until you have that pattern breakout, or at least until you hit some type of support level here. Which, I mean, you can try to do one here. There's a Fibonacci retracement, right? That next level of support might be somewhere down here around $230 or so. I mean, it really wasn't honoring the Fibonacci's down here, not really much at all. So, be aware Tesla's a hard beast to master. I'm not that good at trading Tesla myself. I mean, good enough to trade it, but not good enough to really say it's one of my favorites. Apple's my favorite. But yeah, I'd be careful of it right now. At least at this point in time. Hopefully it can find that level of support. Hopefully it can consolidate for a few days and then break out. That breakout or breakdown is what I'd be striking at personally. But at this point, it just gapped down. You could probably try to buy it up for tomorrow if you wanted to see if you could buy some calls on it. But I would probably, if I bought any Tesla calls tomorrow or puts, they would probably just be sold off before the end of the trading day, depending on how the market was moving at that particular moment. Because after a move like that, there's going to be a lot of flow going in and out. Those prices are going to be inflated. Let's go back over here very fast. There we go. Let's move that up here a little bit more. There we go. Okay. And then Miss Pippin, happy to see you back. See. And hey, Bideford, Tesla may fall. I mean, it could fall as low as probably that support limit here, but I don't even know if it'll fall that far. It looks like the Wall Street didn't. I mean, it should have probably tanked even more, honestly, based on those numbers here. But I could see it falling back to 206 at a very, very bad scenario. Otherwise, it might just fall back down here to this old level of support. Let's see. It's not really much there. Yeah, maybe somewhere around 233 bucks. But even then, you can just see that support really got chewed up through here. It's going to be hard finding a good spot. The one thing that kind of sucks about this is you see we were so geared up for a golden cross. We talked about this a few days ago, like last week. We were geared up for the first golden cross for Tesla since, like, here you go. Since way back over here, where it kind of juked up, and way over here when it originally really took off. I'd probably say I might try to buy this around $233. But this is one of those things, again, where I don't even know if I want to play options on it. It just seems so risky right now. And I'm like really risk adverse at this moment in time. Until I see a breakout. I would say. And that breakout could come on a 4-hour chart. But yeah, I'd probably just day trade this sucker for a little bit. Maybe 230s though. It would be a reasonable level for it to stop at, as long as the news doesn't get worse here. Elon made some waves today, I guess, tweeting about Ukraine, about peace and stuff like this. People got really crazy with it. I voted on the poll. Elon Musk. Here it is. Let's try this then. The will of the people who live in the Donbass and Crimea should decide whether they're part of Russia or Ukraine. This is the second poll I think he ran. I voted yes. I'm really surprised how many people don't want the people that live there to decide. I think they're just like Elon haters or something, but it really freaked me out. I was like, dude, what? I don't know what I'm living in. But yeah, anyway, 233 is what I would expect it to go down to, I guess. But it's a really hard one, because if we start breaking down below that, I mean, 233, if you like to take more risk, I'd wait for it to come back down to 206 before I try to buy it. Honestly, I'd wait some time here. Because, you know, if it bumps back up tomorrow, you're going to be running into some resistance like this after we just broke down. Makes me a little bit nervous about trading Tesla. There we go. All right. Let's see. Ethereum. Okay. Let me go over here very fast. You said why does it not want to show up? Ethereum wrapped. I don't see it on Gate.io. Maybe if I go to crypto here. There it is. Popped up. There we go. And a while ago you said 1 hour chart. Okay. The breakout was fine after the false breakout though, which is a little bit concerning. Oh, I guess the real breakout actually happened up here, didn't it? Yeah, well, that was a false breakout there though. That sucked. Let me see. That breakdown already happened. Not really much you could use there. This is an hourly chart, just so you guys know. So it crashed sometime last night. This is September 18th. Excuse me. This is a couple weeks ago. Geez, that got hit hard. Okay, so that was a resistance level. So what you'd want to see this do over the next few hours or next day or two you're going to want to see this spike up, or not even spike up, you just want to see it tap on the $11.33 level and try to break above that level right there, and then it will have a pretty clear shot to retest those highs up here of $12.80. I think this would be an okay buying opportunity if you wanted to take it. Although I would say it kind of matches up with this support level over here. The stop loss at this point in time may be a little bit uncomfortable for people that want to buy in, but if you want to buy right now, that stop loss would be kind of around 7%. Your opportunity for profit if you sell at the resistance level up here is 6%, which I would caution you on doing only because the risk reward analysis isn't going to be there for that trade. However, if you're more bullish on maybe a reversal for at least the next few days here, which I think a lot of people are, since we just had a pretty good day today, you might have an opportunity for it to hit that next level of Fibonacci resistance, which would actually be about a 20% gain at about $12.82. I think that'd be an okay trade to take. However, you know, personally, I would just want to buy it closer to down here if I could. But if you already have a position in it, I think that'd be perfectly fine. I'll go over here to the 4 hour very fast. It's creeping up a little bit. Just had a death cross on the 4 hour chart. I might be more inclined to try to make this a day trade where I buy the breakout of the Fibonacci extension level once it's closed above that, and then wait for it to pop up for maybe another 4 to 8 hours, then sell somewhere in this range. Because I am a little bit more worried about the 20 to 50 moving averages here, putting a little bit of a damper on this and forcing us back down slowly, maybe to the low 10s or so. Like maybe, you know, it's at what, 1070 now, maybe around 1026, 1050, which would be that buying zone I'm looking for. But little too risky for me to be buying right now. I think there's promise if it can break above this resistance level, which happens to be around $11.36. But I would only really be buying it if I can find it under $10.30 probably, since I'd like to be a little more greedy on this play. But maybe $10.50 underneath that is acceptable, I would say. There we go here. And just as a recap for all of you guys that might have joined the stream a little bit later, since I am streaming a little bit earlier here, you guys will see this right now. I messed up my Fibonacci extension tool by trying something out, and it just, like, the colors all warped up. That doesn't matter. However, you also see that there's two trend lines on the screen here. There's a horizontal line here, not the trend line, but trend line A right here. This is something we want to try to break out above over the next few days. If we're able to, then we can really start retesting some of those levels we just talked about as far as the Fibonacci extension. The other thing that you guys should know is sometime today, you see this line right here? We're looking at, goes from here to the highs of March to the all-time highs over here. That's a level of resistance we're pretty close to breaking as well. This, I want you guys to pay attention to this. This is with log turned off. If you have log turned on, that line is nowhere near where we currently are. Okay, it doesn't mean it's not a breakout. It just means that you guys should understand that there is an opportunity for us to have a smaller breakout over the next few hours here. Okay, so turn log back off in case you guys want to do that. You guys can see it right here, very, very close. Let's see how all of this behaves. But I mean, this resistance level, guys, is fairly close. It's somewhere up here at about for today's candle, $20,014, $20,014, and we're at 19,652. That'd be an increase of just you know, 369 bucks, or about almost 2%, and that would give you a breakout there. Now, of course, we have the 50-day moving average, which is a little bit more of a concern. I would rather see us break above this than this, just because I don't like using log off as much. But I already have my position from a few days ago at 18,500, and I'm just waiting to see if this position makes me money, or if my stop loss is going to hit, and I'm going to hit like I'm going to lose like $1,000 bucks or something like that. That's what happens if it hits the all-time lows here. So let's hope it doesn't do that. Let's see. Actually, that should be fine for now. And then what I want to do is put that Fibonacci extension level back up here so you guys can see. There you go. So if we get that breakout that I just talked about, then we start worrying about, you know, 20,840, 21,750, 22,630, excuse me, 22,667, and 24,113. All right. And the closest one we're looking for right now is this one that we're slowly, you know, creeping up on. This should be the first big pop that we get of the day here for this day candle. We had a big pop breaking above it last time. The time before that, we broke down. The time before that, we popped up. Right, so it is a level of resistance. Make no mistake about that. But we want to break out above it. Okay, we want to break out above this sucker, and pretty violently actually, to really get everything moving up in the right direction. There you go, make that move. There we go. All right. Oh, sorry, boy. Loki's down here sleeping. And then Miss Pippin, happy to see you back. What's right here? And Alex, yeah, NFTs are complicated, but thanks for the info. Yeah, guys, I'm really excited to see where NFTs go. But man, guys, just be very, very careful. If you are gonna buy NFT, buy one that you like and that's really, really cheap. And I'm talking like extremely cheap, and just kind of have it. I'm gonna have access to maybe like 10 NFTs after that conference. So we'll see how that goes. But let me see. NFT. Oh no, I don't want to go to NFT. Not NF. Okay, geez, I'm just being bad right now. NFT. There you go. Yeah, let's go to OpenSea. Yeah. Okay. So you can pretty much see everything going on over here. Most of you guys aren't probably going to be buying land and stuff like that. I would love to buy this little plot of land, but I'm not paying 0.73 Ethereum for it. But you know, you could price low to high. Oh, this is low to high. Oh, this is the cheapest stuff they have. Oh gosh. Yeah, so on auction, buy with card, price Ethereum. Oh, buy with card. That's pretty cool. So you can pay like dollars instead. Maybe not. I don't know how this works. See, I'm still new to this, guys. But oh wait, no, this is, oh, so maybe I can go to OpenSea. Oh, so I can see, okay, I can see the collections that are doing well. Oh, okay. Explore all NFTs. So these ones are really, really, really cheap. Price low to high. Are there any free things here? So this is like 0.0002 polygon, so matic. So that excuse me. That's really, really small. Now, would I be buying any of these? No. Excuse me, guys. Damn, this cold is gonna get bad. There we go. I'm not going to be buying any of these, but I hope I can find a way to give all NFTs to you guys for free. I don't want to actually sell them at all. But yeah, so there's a whole bunch of really cheap ones down here. What do you call? Some of these are AI art as well. So what do you call? You know, a lot of these are actually AI art. A lot of them are AI art, and I'm looking at them. So that'll be part of the pack here, except for I'm not going to be selling them to you. I'm going to be trying to give this to you for free. As thank yous, pretty much. And not, while I'm doing that, it's not going to be free, like technically, because, well, how do I say this? You guys aren't spending anything, but I'm doing it out of the goodness of my heart, but I'm also doing it because I want to learn more about the NFT space. And I believe an easy way for me to do this, where everybody's kind of happy, is where I spend time learning about NFTs and giving you guys free NFTs from me. And you guys get free NFTs and you guys are able to learn more information, right? So it's kind of everybody's happy with it. Let's see. And we didn't do Ethereum. We did Ethereum wrapped. Ethereum is in the thousands of dollars. The wrap one we just did was in the hundreds of dollars. They're totally different things. Yeah, no worries, Ken. Happy to help you out. Just be careful with Tesla, man. It's gonna be so. It's just gonna be so wild here. And Elon Musk is tweeting, and Ukraine is tweeting back at him, and I'm like, please, guys, I don't care, but you're messing with my stocks here. But you know, Tesla is overvalued if you think about it. But if the market doesn't think it's overvalued, it's not. To me, it is. But you know, that's just me. Let's see. And hey, you woke. Are altcoins worth buying at all, or are most of them just dead projects now? E.g. Sol, one of the biggest crypto, has had highs of around $300, but now it's only around 30. Sol, probably talking about Solana. So hold on. Oh no. So Solana is ranked to number 9. It's at $30 now. It has a market cap of almost 12 billion, close to like 11.5 billion. Market cap, you can see it was all the way back up here around $75 billion. Price was all the way up here around like 240, 250, maybe $300 on certain exchanges. Very much useful, still raring to go. This is something I've been holding a lot on. Solana, it was very prevalent at the NFT conference last night. Very. I met a lot of CEOs of smaller startups, so like not really major CEOs, but smaller CEOs. I met a couple big CEOs, which is really nice for me to meet them and just kind of pick their brains about some stuff. Because I had some reservations about what's going to happen over the next couple of years as far as the market. And like these guys are giving out grants to a lot of smaller projects out there to try to help them grow and become better. So one of my friends that I met at the conference, she was telling me that, you know, her small little startup got a $10,000 grant from Solana. So yeah, so they're relevant. They're still there. What's happening right now, since it's a bear market, they're just not being as flashy. They're just being very, 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 they're just working in the background. Does that make sense? What you should do to kind of see what's going on some of these projects is go over to their website or go over to the community tabs. And what you got to do is you just got to start going to their Discord or their blog or whatever, videos, whatever they got. I mean, personally, I mean, Twitter is usually a pretty good spot. I knock on Twitter a lot, but if you want to build a community or talk to community, it's good. It's more of all the hacks on Twitter that I don't like, right? So go over to Twitter, 2 million followers. They're, you know, they're talking about stuff. They may have a spaces going on. They're sharing information about code and things of that nature. It seems like this is still a very strong project, still going strong. But it's just quiet because nobody's paying attention because the market's in the gutter right now. But yes, I spend money on altcoins, but I think a safe thing you guys should be doing is probably just be, you know, Bitcoin's always good, Ethereum's always good. You know, larger market cap plays are usually going to be pretty solid as long as their project is making, they're still working on it. But if they're in the top like 100 or top 10, they're going to be definitely working on something there. But yeah, it's still a good project. It's still something I'd be holding. I am holding quite a bit of it. But then, you know, like what I say, like 80% of my crypto is in larger market cap plays, like over $1 billion, like, you know, solid stuff that I know is gonna be working. Some of it's not, probably not even over $1 billion now, actually. But you know, the rest of it's in like what you might call the crappy crypto, where it's a low market cap, where I'm taking a big risk to buy it, but I'm hoping that it turns into something down the road. So like Phantom over here is at $570 million market cap. It used to be a lot larger. I'm fine with it right now, but you know, I have stuff down here like that's in the hundreds of, like 100, less than 100 million million market cap. Do this here, right? Excuse me. $5 million market cap, $6 million market cap, $7 million market cap. Really small amounts. I want to believe, and I haven't verified all these because I don't really have the time to go through every single coin now. I want to believe that all of these guys are still humming along and working on their projects while they still have their day jobs. Basically, that's what's going on. A lot of the people that run these companies, they all have day jobs, but they spend like maybe an extra 10 hours, 20 hours a week, like on top of their day jobs, working and grinding on a project. Now, not all of these have such high standards of workers and CEOs and stuff like that, you know, but I want to, like, you know, for the larger coins that I've invested more into, I want to believe that some of these smaller market cap coins, maybe I'm just like, hey, I like the name. Oh, it looks like a decent project. Let's see what they're going to try to do. But at the end of the day, you know, a lot of projects don't even have coins yet. So, but you look at some of my, you look at my coins for like the last few days, like the last 24 hours. Well, let's go last 7 days, because we kind of bottomed out or something like that around that time. Callisto in the last 27 days is up 25% for me. The Velas is up 18%. Vulcan is up 16. Baby Doge is up 15. Decentralized Games is up 12. KLT is Kilt is up 10%. But then you also got the bad, where the last 7 days, Litecoin is down 20. Doxy is down 15. Telecoin is down 9. And I think when you look at some of the coins right now, look at the markets like during this kind of bullish or seeming this bearish activity over since June. Some coins have already reached new lows. So if I go over here to I don't know, like Telecoin, I haven't looked at Telecoin in a hot minute here. $75 million market cap. Let's go to last year, I guess, right? Kept on coming down, kept on coming down, kept on coming down. So this might not actually even end up being anything. I don't know, but you know, I've only invested like $50 into it, so we'll see how it works out. But it's ranked number 280. Market cap during the bull run was up here around 3.07 billion. If it gets anywhere up there next time, I'll be very happy. But I'm hoping the project itself, not just the memeability or the, you know, the hype around it, the project itself is still moving well. Don't be afraid to like take some time and do some research on some of these coins. Some of them have some really great people. And I don't know if you guys do this. I'm just doing this now, and I think I'm okay at it so far. Excuse me. Go out and go to some meetups that your local community has. Now, this is much easier if you're in a city, obviously, but tomorrow I'm going to an event. Meetup. Let me log into my account. Oh, do I even have an account? Oh, I don't know if I do. Oh, log in with Google. Here, let's try this out. There you go. Yeah. So I'm going to this. I've never been to this meeting before. I guess it was a meeting. It was occurring regularly. Then it stopped during COVID. This is the first one since COVID that they've had. But this right here is a co-founder of a startup called Stably, right? And so if I go over here and type in Stably, you can already see I'm check them out, do my research ahead of time. But bridging value from the real world to the digital economy. So what they're basically trying to do here is just make it easier to transfer funds, right? It's like so many other people are trying to do, right? But they got funding. I mean, they got funding, right? And they got partners that are ready to go. They're doing okay. They're building up a team right now during this kind of bear market with outside funder money, like, you know, Google, you know, Google donations, that type of stuff, Amazon donations, things like that. Excuse me. And so, you know, I'm going to meet the head of the company that does this. And then I think I already met the other co-founder actually a couple days ago. But yeah, so, you know, I meet all these other people, and I'll meet other entrepreneurs around the area, other people that are interested in blockchain. Maybe some of them are. And so it's that type of stuff that I think will help you guys find some random really cool projects out there way before they even become coins and things of that nature. Now, maybe people don't have time for that. I totally get you. But that's something I'm going to be doing here. So maybe I can tell you about those projects, because I'm doing all that hard work anyway. It'd be a shame for me not to share with you guys. And it's not like these projects are going to just have coins out there. The focus isn't even going to be technically on buying the coin. It's just going to be about what are these guys doing and why am I excited about like how that could change the world, or at least how that could help some people out. Yeah, so I'm been doing a bunch of that type of stuff here. Like I just told you guys, I know the founder of Pinata now, really cool guy. And now I'm going to get some really cool stuff out of it by, helping him out. He's going to help me out. And, we'll see how this works out, because I'm a marketing guy, so I can help with marketing, things of that nature. Satoshi Index, there you go. I can help you guys. The new one, maybe not you guys. You guys are pretty not new anymore for the most part. But I can help you guys that are new do dollar cost averaging in a way that's not too hard on you. Or if you ever wanted to help your mom or grandfather who might not know too much about crypto, but get into it in a very, very safe and effective way, you could help them learn how to do dollar cost averaging into the crypto universe, so to speak, right? So I'll be doing a bunch of that stuff, but let me go over here. Exit out that. But yeah, so I'm doing a whole bunch of random events like that, a whole bunch of random events, so I can learn more about the crypto community in Seattle, because there is a pretty big one, but we have something called the Seattle Freeze here. We really don't want to talk too much, so we're just like melding slowly but surely, I would say. And hey, Alexander, now I see why B was buying farmland, because everything will crash and people need to eat more than use a PC. Oh, Bill, yep. I mean, what do you call, people definitely need land, and a lot of people in the cities have no way to get it. Really, besides, the grocery centers. Out in the country, people can survive for the most part. But yeah, I mean, without food bustling into a city, which takes in a lot of food every day, as you guys might imagine, people would disperse like crazy to get access to the food, and they would have no idea how to do that. I mean, for heaven's sakes, you might even see like us overrun Canada for all those natural resources at one point. What about a $50 target? I mean, it could work, but you're going to have to be able to time that with Bitcoin's price action, which right now is trying to break above this resistance of 19,762. So it is possible, but that's going to be more of a longer term goal for more than a few weeks from now. Or more than a few days from now, let's say that, because it could always pop off, right? It just had a big crash a few days ago. See, and hey, Alexander, last year in October, crypto was crashing in October, and bad month for crypto. That is true, I believe. I think right now what's going on is we're just hoping that the Nasdaq can hold on. The Nasdaq just gave us that really bad scenario where we did break down below the 200 weekly moving average. I don't like that at all. This week is going to give us a lot of information whether we can get back above that 200 weekly moving average for the Nasdaq and close above it. But at the end of the day, remember guys, excuse me, we still have all those weekly moving averages barreling down towards the price of our assets. So, the actual candle bars themselves. We're either going to try to break above those and have a really fantastic Q4 despite all the bad stuff going on, or we're going to go sideways, which is probably not going to be the most fun thing, but I think probably the most likely thing. Yeah, I'm not. The most likely thing probably through the Q4 is probably have a crash, but we have to wait to see what happens with earnings. Q3 earnings are going to be so crazy to watch, because we already saw what happened with Nike. If Nike just demolished the market here, and so if earnings are bad across the board, you will see in October really bad things start to come to fruition. But if earnings weren't too bad, we might as well just go sideways. And by sideways, I mean we have a bounce, make a high, and then we kind of just retreat back into that range from the lows we had over the past few days to the high we get off of that bounce. Like, am I calling for 30,000, 40,000 off this bounce? No, nothing like that. But we could make our way back up to 24, 25,000 if we're really lucky, and then from there come back down to 20,000, 19,000, and then try to go choppy as long as the Nasdaq isn't doing anything too crazy here. But historically, guys, go back to that Nasdaq chart. Excuse me, guys. What is that? There you go, NDX. Go over here to the, let's just go over to the weekly chart. It'll be fine. You guys can see this. Yeah, we closed down below it for the first time since the 2008 financial crisis. We managed to have some choppiness coming out of it, but you know, this was a bear market. This was actually a bull market at the time after the financial crisis kind of ended. Going back over here, right, same type of thing. Close down below it. It took us all the way back over here until we managed to break above it. And even then, we were supposed to probably have a massive takeoff right here, as you guys can see. But what ended up happening is came back down, calmed down. We had a few disasters here and there, not disasters, but you know, just bad things happening in the market. And then eventually, you know, financial crisis came and just like tore us all apart. But we've never had this before where we closed down below and we came back up. But it looks like usually when we come down below this here, a little bit more of an optimistic tone, perhaps. Oh no, never mind. Like, you know, when we usually when we break down below it, I would say, because we closed about this time, we're really tanking down. We're really tanking down. We didn't really tank down this time. So I'll see where we go, but I'm not really excited about what's going to be happening for the next 6 months. But I'm not going to be able to time this. This is kind of getting more and more tricky for me to try to time. However, we did just break out those Fibonacci circles though, so that may give us something. But you know, maybe we have an opportunity for a bounce. But you guys can see, compared to the last few cycles, we really didn't tank as much as you would want us to, but we did make, I guess, a pretty decent move down. It was more of that crazy wave that we had midday, that last day there. Let's go back over here. Go. I want to see what happens as we hit this level of resistance over the next few minutes. I'm hoping we can break down if we can actually even get to it to test it out. And hey, Alexander, Michael, last year in October, crypto was oh, you just say it. Oh yeah, we talked about that. Let's hope we don't follow that same scenario. But like I said, this market is so risky that I have a long at a very decent price of 18,500. But I'm still dollar cost averaging. I'm still buying for the long term. But as far as trades and trying to make, you know, quicker, you know, more quick money, I'm just day trading. I'm just day trading in and out, maybe over a couple hours of a trade, usually in the stock market, not in the crypto market. But in the crypto market, if I do, I usually leverage of like 5 to 10%, with something along the lines of a 5% stop loss, sometimes 10% stop loss. Understanding that will, you know, that'll lose me a little bit of money if I if it does go down, but I'll make some money at the same time if it goes up. But yeah, I don't like this market for trading all too much, guys, honestly. And part of that is because there's not many setups that I like. So if Bitcoin breaks out here across this Fibonacci level and that breakout that we talked about before, then yeah, that might be a good opportunity to buy. But I'm being very picky. So it's not like something you just buy and hold. I want to buy a breakout. I want to buy an Apple that's breaking out of a pattern or a pennant or whatever. I want to buy a Tesla that's found support, right? I want to buy a oh, I don't know what's out there right now. A Devon Energy that's coming back down after this big oil boom. Stuff like that is how I'm thinking. I'm not thinking of hey, wow, the whole market itself feels like it may reverse, so I'm just going to buy something that looks okay and buy and hold on to it for the next few days. I'm being much more cautious about how I approach it because I'm not entirely sure how many coins are going to really enjoy this this big boom if we do have one. What is the logic of log and how it works? That is too complicated for me to explain in a few minutes. Basically here, it's just how the chart looks on the screen and how you want to perceive the data, I guess, from a scaling perspective. I like logs scale on because I've noticed that they're usually more accurate as far as the technicals that I use. A breakout, like if we break out here, right? On this with the log scale turned on, it's usually much more of a forceful breakout than if we break out with the log scale off. Okay, it's almost like trading with wicks versus trading with just the body of candles. They both are useful, but one has a more pronounced effect when it occurs. I would literally just Google log scale definition or go to Investopedia. Actually, maybe I can just do that for you right here very fast. That's not spelled. There you go. A logarithmic price scale, also referred to as a log scale, is a type of scale used on a chart that is plotted such that two equivalent price changes are represented by the same vertical distance on the scale. I don't know. That doesn't really, I can understand that, but I don't know if you do. Let me know if you do or not. But you can kind of understand when you zoom out of Bitcoin, right? So this is log scale on, log scale off, right? So you can kind of see the difference there a little bit. Back over here. I wish there was a video on this. Do they have another video? Well, here you can look at it. This is a long definition. I would encourage you to read it if you want to use log scales turned off or log scales turned on. But I personally like just having log scale turned on because all the data kind of fits on there a little bit more neatly. I've just put it in the comments section and just hit enter. Let me know if it helps you out or not. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Yeah. The distance between the number of logarithmic price scale decreases as the price of an asset increases. After all, a dollar increase in the price becomes less influential as the price moves up higher since it corresponds to a less of a percentage change. The alternative to an algorithmic scale is known as a linear price scale. Okay. This kind of shows you the scale of how really crazy Bitcoin has grown. I guess that's the way to think about it. So if you want to zoom out like, whoa, Bitcoin went really crazy here from a percentage standpoint, that's what you're looking at. Maybe something that looks like this. So you can see this small move right here for Bitcoin was only 315%, but this move right here for Bitcoin was, 1500%. You can see that a lot more clear if you're on the scale with the log turned off. With the log turned on, it doesn't look like this move right here is that much different than this move. It looks larger, but it doesn't look so much larger, so to speak, right? So that's how I would use it, but it's more of a perception thing. Like I said in the beginning, it's more of a perception thing. When it comes to trading, you're probably going to want to use both, but honestly, the ones that I use that have been more impactful on me have been these ones right here, the using log turned on and then checking everything out. And you can even see this right here from that head and shoulders play. Turn log off. It doesn't really adjust anything too much. It's not too crazy, right? Turn log back on. It looks a little bit different, but the breakdown is still a breakdown. So it's not going to, devastate you in trading if you go one way or the other. On this scale right here, the breakdown we talked about way back in the day that really kicked all this stuff off. Breakdown right there. Breakdown occurred, but you see it happened at a lower price right here. But that breakdown was at 50,657. If you go back up here, 55,000. So actually using log turned off might have hurt you a little bit on the breakdown, but I would assume you'd probably be looking at both of these. So you'd probably go after the first breakdown that occurred. There you go. Oh, come on. We can break out above this resistance level, please. Let's see. See, and hey, Stefan. Oh, Ethereum is on Robinhood, can't trade, but I think you meant like Ethereum wrapped. Yeah, I've been hearing that. I think you said that a little bit earlier. I hope you guys can trade it pretty soon. That'd be good for the price action of the currency. Let's see. And hey, Pepin. Okay, let me read this. You could make them for almost free, Mike, and then give them out, and everyone learns in the process. You don't have to spend a lot to mint transfer. Oh, that's good. Okay, sweet. Because I don't want, my thing is here, if I make NFTs for you guys, I don't want you guys to have to pay for them. So I'll make money off of them sometime. Oh, sure. I'll be using them to put together projects of my own down the road. And as like startup capital, like, hey, buy this, it'll get you something really good if the project really takes off, so to speak. But for you guys, I just want to give you guys free NFTs that, say, hey, you were here at the beginning of my channel, and even during the dark times of the crypto winters. And because of that, I want to reward you. And through, now knowing the heads that the people that run Pinata, which I don't even think many of you guys even know who Pinata is, probably, they can help me turn those NFTs into things where I, on my 3rd year channel anniversary or whatever happens, when the moment that Bitcoin hits all-time highs again, everybody, like, 69,000 something, right? When that happens, all the people that got the original first 200, 300 NFTs that I got, they now have access to a special video or a special ticket to an event or something special, right? I'm going to be using it more as a community builder, not so much as a business builder. Although I would say on YouTube, the community is the business, I guess. But you guys get what I'm saying. Who did I talk to? Kyle. Where is he at? I think it was Kyle. Yeah, it was Kyle. Okay. Oh, I just can't click on his face. When people's faces are very small, I can't see. But basically, so why are there so many bald guys? It's just it's the trend nowadays. This guy, yeah, Kyle Tutt. He was over there. He was a really chill guy. I think he was actually one of the speakers at the conference. That's why I originally met him. And I talked to him at his booth. I got his information. I will be reaching out to him fairly soon once I kind of figure out more about NFTs, honestly. And then he's going to help me do all the work behind it. He's going to get me together with his production team and him and kind of hammer out a plan. And it's not going to really cost me anything. Well, it cost me something, but not like anything huge. I don't expect. And from there, I think it'll cost me like 20 bucks a month. Yeah, 20 bucks a month. That's it. For the rising artist or builder with a new app or collection who wants to get their work in front of a wide audience and offer fast, personalized experience, 20 bucks a month. Awesome. And you can see right here. 100 gigabytes, 5,000 image optimizations. That's more than enough for me. Streaming video minutes stored, 50 streaming video minutes viewed. So with this, if I have a special video, that can be used as a key. So maybe down the road, for members out there, for you members out there, I'll give I'll give everybody a free NFT, but Ruby level members will get another NFT. Sapphire level members will get an NFT that everybody gets. The Ruby levels get in their own Sapphire NFT, and then the Diamond level members will get all the NFTs. So that's what I'll do. Oh, see, I'm planning this out live. Now remember, these things are going to have no value except for the fact that I'm going to be using them to give you cool stuff in the future. But when I release them, they're just going to be fun little stuff that we just kind of talk about, like, hey, look, check out this new NFT, see how you like it. And I move away from like purely technical stuff and doing about them and just talking about like, business side of things, some of the fun stuff going on with me, kind of doing with shorts and stuff like that. I may just have a stream where all we do is we go over to Discord. We go over to the Discord page Midjourney that I pay for already. And what I could do is start looking at a whole bunch of things, and we can actually build some of these NFTs together, which I think would be really fun. So, I mean, there's a whole bunch of crazy NFTs here, and I can turn any image into an NFT. So, here are some really cool ones. Like here's a house, but the prompt was modern design cabinet in woods by lake, high detailed octane render, volumetric lighting, photorealistic, AR16:9, it's just the dimensions, Q2 V3. That means this was part of quadrant 2 and a variation 3, which you guys don't have to know about. When you first do this, you get the same picture 4 times. You can upscale it, you can make a variation of it. It looks really cool. Beautiful female pirate, tortoise, pirate coat. So, you can get really inventive here, guys. If I go over here to Midjourney, oh, and there's a crypto version of this that I got access to because from one of the people there. And it was really, really cool. But here are some of the ones I've made. You guys have seen a few of them, but there are a few that I just went like they got really, really weird, like too weird for me to really want to go anywhere with them. But some of these are like pretty interesting. But I can always go over here to the community feed and just start turning some of these in there. Maybe I can have a few nature ones, right? And I can go to the top ones of the week. Look at this leaf dragon, right? I mean, that's pretty cool. I could have that if I wanted to as an NFT. Here's some type of palace atrium. There's a house. You could do a lot of stuff. That's my point. You could do a lot of really cool stuff with this. Low lion. I could totally do that one as well. That one actually looks pretty chill. Look at that. Pretty darn, I mean, not crazy detailed, but it's pretty detailed. Nice blue eyes. It brings out an emotional response probably out of people. A cat in there looks pretty cool. Beautiful female android. So that's an android. I didn't even realize that. Oh, that's the rest of her head. Oh, geez, yeah. I mean, like, there's so much cool stuff we could do with this digital AI art right now. And I think you guys will like go to the top of all time. You get some really detailed stuff. That ape that I showed you guys earlier, I think is on the top of all time. Here's the Milky Way in a bottle. Like, look at this. That's all art. That's not a picture. That's just art. You know, AI made all this stuff. I like it a lot. I mean, you know, he did some really cool stuff. I mean, I don't know what this cat thing is, but I mean, it looks cool. Photograph close up. This is the detail. Photographed close-up portrait of a 62-year-old tough decorated general, clean-shaven, serious, stoic, cinematic, 4K epic detailed photograph shot on Kodak detailed bokeh, a cinematic HBO dark moody. I mean, and that's what it popped out. That's not a picture. That literally is just created from AI. It's absolutely astonishing. So I would love to use all of these different things for NFTs, right? I mean, look at this. Oh, that's awesome, right? I might pay more money to get a commercial license on them, but I don't care. I mean, like, dude, this would be so much fun to just spend like an hour making NFTs with you guys. I mean, right? And then maybe the people that show up to those streams get 2 NFTs, and then they can give one to their friend or something. But I mean, I don't know. I'm addicted to these guys. I really am addicted to them. They're so much fun to make. I haven't had time to make them in a while, but I mean, you know, what this allows people to do is, there's always been a barrier for people like me who suck at art. I have all these ideas, but I can't execute my ideas and put them onto paper, put them on, you know, to digital form. This allows me to do the execution with all of my ideas, which I think is like the really cool part about all this Mid-Journey or all this this new AI art. It takes my ideas and it puts it into something, whereas otherwise you would see a really horrible drawing, a really horrible painting, a really horrible piece of art, and that really wouldn't do anything for me because I wouldn't enjoy it, because I just made something that was really shitty. With that, it makes something that I think about what I want to see, and it varies it a little bit because it's not perfect, but you know, it helps make my vision become a reality, which means that, you know, I can become an artist just by learning how to use the prompts and figuring out what's in my head and how to transfer that properly through AI onto Mid-Journey or any other platforms out there. The future is going to be so awesome, guys. We don't even know it yet, but the future is going to be awesome. As long as you guys have some semblance of money and a job, I think at this point. You want NFTs that have utility? Yeah, that's the only NFTs I'm going to be interested in, guys, is NFTs that have utility. And that's why I've been building up all these contexts over the weekend. Guys, I got like 30 new Twitter followers out of this. I can DM. So I'm probably going to go to California in a few months and go hang out with a guy named Patrick that I met. He's a really chill guy, but he has a bunch of California guys, and they go to Hotel Irwin, and I probably shouldn't talk about all this stuff, but yeah, they talk about crypto and stuff like that. So I'm going to be some really cool stuff I'm going to be learning about, really cool connections I'm going to be making here. But since I'm becoming friends with all these people, it's going to be much easier to just get all this stuff done with their help instead of me trying to figure it out by myself here. And at Ewoke Egypt, if you're very wary about crypto, dollar cost average. It is safe, but remember, at the end of the day, you can only put in what you can afford to lose in the market. And what'll most likely happen, like what's happened with all of us, that's been dollar cost averaging over the past, like what, 4, 5, 6 months, however long it's been now, you know, dollar cost averaging, bit here, the value has overall been going down. However, our positions, you know, we're still adding more. We still have more Bitcoin than we did before. We still own more Matic, more Ethereum than we did before. Although the value is lower, we still own more of it. And that's the big thing you have to understand. Because at the end of the day, if I have, you know, 10 Ethereum, and at the end of the day, that's going to be fantastic down the road. Even if that 10 Ethereum, maybe in the worst of the bull market, it was only worth a few $1,000s, $4,000 or $5,000, whatever. It's still going to be fantastic when the next bull run happens. Just keep that mindset in there and you should be fine. But don't be afraid to dollar cost average. Like, don't. It's nice, simple. You put a little bit of money in now, a little bit here. I got $1 on my desk for some reason. Good old Georgie Washington. $1 a day, $2 a day, $5 a week, whatever you want to put in there, right? You can spread it out as much as you want to. That's how I look at it for the long term here. Definitely for the long term though. Any positions that I have right now, I'm not selling them until Bitcoin hits that next big bull run, the next big all-time highs. We may jump up to 25,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. again, over the next few years, I'm not going to be selling until Bitcoin really starts to hit those nice all-time highs. And I'm like, woohoo, baby, let's go. And then I'll start scaling out of my longs. And then as soon as we start crashing again, like I'm not even talking about when we hit the full bear market, we're starting to be close to bottoming out. No, as soon as we start having some really nasty crashes, like a death cross on the 50 and the 20, right on the daily chart, I'm going to start dollar cost averaging again, bit by bit by bit. And when you have the next 50-week, 20-week crash, buy more and more and more. Excuse me. The next bear market and bull market are going to be a little bit different than the ones we've experienced in the past. However, dollar cost averaging is going to be something I do for a long time to come. And ultimately, I will still have a portion of my crypto that I hold, just because part of it is for a retirement account. Excuse me. Do I have a blog where you're listing your altcoin holdings? No. Names, not positions? No, but I can make one. I mean, I've been really busy lately, especially over the last few months. I've just been like not been able to do as much on like the YouTube side of things as I wanted to do. But what I'm hoping for here is one thing I need to do first, and this is already on my list. I have a friend helping me do this Thursday. I'm going to redesign the Discord. And there's going to be like a prompt that you have to follow to get into the Discord. I'm really tired of all the spammers pretending to be me. There's like 2 that showed up yesterday. And basically, so they have to say like, I'm not a spammer. They have to click some buttons, and it's not going to be as easy just to kind of hop on the stream, basically. Hop on the Discord, so to speak. After that, I'm going to be continuing to tinker along with my website there. I may change the name from Tasty Crypto News to Whitman Analysis or something kind of more trendier. It's very hard to get the URLs and the domain names that I want for those things. So I might have to have some fun with the domain name, but change the website name as well. And then after that, I'm going to start doing some more work on NFTs, but NFTs will be while I'm doing the website stuff, because the website stuff is just going to take months for me to do, because I really want to hammer it all out. I've been building up the email list slowly, but I don't really have a lot of emails in the account to really take time to do it just yet. But what I may be able to do is for the Ruby level members, for members, basically any member, I'll probably, what I can do to make it easier is just make a video saying, hey everybody, here are all the altcoins that I'm currently invested in. I have at least 50 bucks in some coins. I have up to $1,000 in other coins. And, here's what I'm looking at. And I can be frank enough to give you guys my positions in them. I don't really care about that. It's not like I'm spending like tens of thousands of dollars into these smaller altcoins. It's thousands, but not tens of thousands of dollars. Because I'm hoping they turn into something eventually. So yeah, I'd be happy to make a video like that. I'll probably just make it for members. And what I'll do is I'll make it a monthly one. I'll start off on it this weekend, and I'll do once a month for members. I tell you guys my positions for altcoins. So I'm looking at this, and this, and we'll see how it goes. And when I do my members only streams that I'll probably end up doing sometime this week, I'm just got to figure out. I just realized I got a cold today. I don't know if my cold tomorrow is going to be worse than today. But as soon as I'm done with my cold, or if it's not too bad tomorrow, I'm going to do a members only stream where I did it once before. It was pretty nice, pretty fun. It's a members only stream. Basically, I'm just working throughout the stream, doing my own little technical analysis on whatever I'm interested in. And as soon as somebody pops up, because sometimes people at work or whatever, as soon as somebody pops up, they can ask me whatever they want to for as long as they want to. And we do a very, very, very detailed breakdown of what they're looking for, because I obviously can't go too in depth during the streams because I have a certain time limit. Loki has to use the bathroom at a certain point. I got to use the bathroom at a certain point. I got to get dinner in a certain bit, right? Certain point. So you'll probably see it this Sunday, because I'll probably make it Saturday, promote it or post it on Sunday. All my positions, and then as far as everything else, we'll kind of see how it goes. But if you're a member, members streams, like I'll break it down all there if you want me to as well, and like why I like it. Although I've been buying those things up for a while, so some of those things I might actually have to go back and say, hey, what's the white paper say? what's the social media here for this say, because like for some stuff on there like Telecoin, that's definitely down a lot more than some of my other coins out there. But other coins that I totally forgot I even bought, like the lower market cap coins, like this is my watch, it's not my pure portfolio. But on this watch list, like I bought some Callisto Network a while ago, and you know, over the last let's go to year to date, I guess you can see it definitely bounced back up since those lows we experienced in June, like with their Fury. So that's kind of nice, but it's only at a $21 million market cap, so it's not like it's like crazy high market cap. It's number 579, but I could break this down of why I like it, yada yada yada, going to the data, all that type of good stuff, right? But like, you know, over the last 60 days, it's up like 172%. That's great. That's what I'd like to see. Now, you know, at the same time, I also do. Is that open? Okay, that's fine. I also do have positions in the last 60 days, like Phantom, that are down 40%, Audio that are down 38%, Xeon down 37%, Waves down 35%, and stuff like that. You know, so not everything is like, you know, peachy. So I don't think the Feds are going to come out and say they want to pause the rate hikes or lower them. Well, the rate hikes, the last rate hike, if we're going to be reaching the number that Jerome Powell wants us to reach, I think we're only 100 basis points away from it right now. So that's either 3/4 rate hike, or and one quarter rate hike and 1.75 rate hike, 75 basis point rate hike. Or that's 250 basis point rate hikes, or, you know, 100 and then 0, which I don't think we're gonna do 100 at this point. Excuse me, guys. I can already tell it's gonna be freaking infection, nasal infection. I mean, I would say they reached the number they want to in December. That's going to be the end of the rate hikes, probably for this entire cycle, unless something really, really crazy happens. After that occurs, the rate hike lag is still going to be coming into full effect, really crushing down on the economy, as well as a whole bunch of other factors like Russia, Ukraine, gas prices probably going to be coming back up as OPEC plus a lower supply. And you're going to see a more fuller or a more intense recession than the really, really moderate one that everybody was talking about, right? I guess not moderate, but the light recession that people were talking about, like the soft landing, excuse me, the soft landing. That's the term everybody's been using. And I think, you know, after that occurs, the Federal Reserve is really just going to sit and wait for a few months, maybe 6-7 months even, I don't know. But then, you know, once inflation has really gotten back down to 2%, then they can start to lower rates and pick the market back up slowly. But I would assume that their target rate of like the 4.25% to 4.5%, whatever it is now, it's 100 basis points above the current rate hike interest rate. So let's say 4.75 or 4.5, I think, if my memory serves. But after that, they're just going to say, we see no more reasons to increase rate hikes. Now we're going to see what happens. You may start to see the dollar index start to creep back down. But then it's all going to be up to earnings and what happens there. So yeah, so that's what's going to be going on over the next few months. But the market kind of tries to be about 2 to 3 months out. The market is already thinking about that now, since it's October, November, December is going to be the last rate hike. So most likely, unless he does something really crazy that makes it November or something like that. But we'll have to wait and see how that works out. But I don't think he's going to come out here and say, hey, we're not going to reach our targeted goal because the economy is going down. He's been saying forever now, or for the last few months, we're going to crush inflation. We're going to crush inflation. We're going to bring it down to 2% yearly, CPI, 2%. We'll see if he can keep his word on that. But his credibility, there's a word for it. His prestige, it's all taken a massive hit, and he wants to get some of it back, even at the cost of like just wrecking the economy. And then you add on top of that, Europe is going into recession pretty soon. England is already in a recession, or Great Britain is already in a recession. We got some tough time ahead. But one of the things I was talking to people about at the conference here is this. Let me put my full face up here for a second. I'm gonna talk to you guys because Loki's gonna come say hi to you. Loki, come here. So So a lot of people out there on YouTube, Twitter, a lot of social media places, right? What they've been saying is there's going to be this really big catastrophe that's going to really take about 10 to 15 years for America or the world to recover out of this. Now, I don't know about that. I have no data about it, but I pretty much asked a bunch of wealthy people at this event, a lot of venture capital, millionaires, all that type of stuff, even one billionaire actually. I asked a lot of them, what do you think about this? Some people call it the Great Reset, some people call it the Great Crash, whatever it is. People are thinking that, hey, the market is going to turn very, very bad, but not for just a few months, like, you know, it normally does, like for like up to a year or something like that, a year and a half, whatever, but like for years and years and years. And I'm kind of happy to say that like 95% of people say there's no way it can happen after like how much money is in the economy these days and how juiced up and levered up everybody is. Not even levered up, just kind of how the market is kind of built up at this point. So that kind of made me feel good. However, there were a cool 5% that were like, hey, all of my assets are tied in Bitcoin right now. The Bitcoin maxis, they were all Bitcoin maximalists. Actually, that's the way to describe them. They don't buy anything but Bitcoin. And they're just putting all of the wealth in the Bitcoin right now, hoping that if there really is some really terrible event down the road, the Bitcoin is going to be the thing that saves them, because they'll be able to trade that Bitcoin for whatever currency is left standing after everything is said and done, right? So I'm excited to see what happens, of course. Most of us should probably be fine. I think it's just going to be people get laid off, or the people that are really, really living paycheck to paycheck that may get hit the most if some type of long scenario like that happens. But I don't see it happening probably, unless something really catastrophic happens. We are getting closer and closer to World War III apparently, so that's kind of not fun. But you know, I don't see anything really bad like that happening. It could be a very, very bad, like acute time frame bad stuff happening, but I don't know if it's going to be happening for the next, you know, 5-10 years. That would really be a historical thing that I've never seen happen before. So like most people, I'll wait till it happens, but I'm hesitant to say I think it's gonna happen, right? Excuse me. Let's see. Hey, I'm broke. Happy to see you back, man. I'm very bearish in the market, Mike. Thinking major crash is coming. Can't have COVID spreading and high inflation with near high stock market. What are your view on crypto over the next 1 month to 3 months? I want to wait to see what happens with earnings as far as a fundamental reason to think that the markets are going to be going up here. We have an opportunity for a lot of stuff to bounce here, so which is why I have a long and I have a stop loss to kind of protect myself and all that good stuff. I still have my long-term shorts, but again, going off of technicals alone, I would say that probably over the next few months, we're going to have a really bad event. Okay. And by next few months, I would assume over the next 6 to 9 months, honestly, probably closer to 6 months here, kind of Q2 or late Q1, Q2, maybe at the latest early Q3. I would really say Q2 or late Q1. We're going to have a big stock market crash event like 2008 financial crisis, .com bubble event. We don't know how big it's going to be, but it's going to be a crash, like 30 to 40% less than where we are now as far as the Nasdaq is concerned. So technical wise, yeah, I think everything is really, really abysmal. I don't really want to be buying much at these levels as far as like, you know, short-term swing trades, unless I see some breakouts, of which course I will definitely make those trades. But as far as the next few weeks, we have an opportunity for a breakout here. That'll be very interesting. That attempt is going to be coming sometime over the next 24 to 48 hours. If we don't break out above that, we're probably going to have a pretty nasty breakdown back down to like the 18,000 or so. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But at this point, the stock market just had a big dump over the last week. People are more afraid. We didn't really hit a pure capitulation moment, which is what I wanted to see. However, it still was doing fine. We may have an opportunity to bounce, but I think I was just waiting for Q3 earnings from a stock aspect. Bitcoin right now has kind of been doing its own thing, and I kind of like that it's been doing its own thing. But yeah, Bitcoin found support where the rest of the market was not. So, but yeah, technical scream going down to me. However, you know what, in times like these with inflation and high volatility, we can always have a crazy bear market rally again. It could happen. I'm planning for both, obviously, but because I'm so uncertain about what's going on right now, especially with Putin threatening nukes, Biden just alerted us a while ago that North Korea launched a missile over across Japan. You know, I don't want to be stuck in an options play overnight when some really big disaster happens. If I'm on a call, I don't want to be stuck in a really good a good position or whatever if the market just bounces because it wants to off of some really weird news out there, right? So I'm being very, very cautious at this point. You guys know that's honestly during this last few months, that's why I've only been giving you guys like 1 or 2 plays to really last week was like 3 or something like that. Last time was 3, but you know, only a couple of different opportunities that I really like to trade and make some money. And those are the things that I really feel the most confident in. Right now, I don't see anything that I really feel confident in for as far as options. That's why, you know, what I told you guys at the beginning of the show here, I guess. I like oil, I like oil, I like oil. And we talked about this last week as well. I was telling you guys like, hey, I'm making this cool dividend video for you guys. I just posted up. I'm just building the thumbnail out there. I'm just waiting to build the thumbnail. And I'm like, hey guys, I'm buying up tons of oil because I think energy is going to be great down the road. And I've been telling you guys this for months. At some point, I'm just kind of putting money into stocks and just buying stock and not trading options because the risk is just too high for me. But at the other end of the equation, you guys know that I am overly cautious as far as it comes to options traders, because I don't like to lose money, and this is the strategy that has worked out the best for me, now, maybe not you, for me. So what I've been doing, you know, going over here to YouTube, and you know, we can go over look at my video that I posted today. If you guys haven't looked at the video yet, definitely check it out. I would appreciate it if you guys did. But let me go over here very fast. Yeah, 5 dividend stocks that pay me $2,400 a month. I had to change the thumbnail up a little bit because people don't like the first one, which is fine. I got to figure this out slowly as a YouTuber. But like dividend stock 3, I don't know what this one is, but let's see which one this is. Blackstone Minerals. Okay, so I go over here to Finviz, Stone Minerals, BSM, and then from here you can see it went up 3% today. I'll look at the chart in a second here. But it's an energy play that has a dividend of 10.35%, which is the main reason I'm buying this, for the very nice dividend of over 10%. All right, has a very small short float. Nobody really thinks it's going to be going down hard, or people don't want to bet against it because it's oil and it's so volatile at this point. But it's an energy, oil and gas company. If you go to the website, you can definitely read more about it. But they have like 20 million acres positioned that, you know, they have a lot of land basically for a whole bunch of stuff revolved around energy, a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, so 20 million acres is no joke. Now, you know, they even have the reports and everything like that working for them. But if I go over here and I just go over to Bitcoin and I go to BSM, oh, let's go to all. Oh, that's a comma there, not an M. My bad. Blackstone Minerals. You can see throughout today on the 15-minute chart, it jumped up and it kind of remained steady. Go over to the monthly chart here. So this is a monthly chart. It's only 16 bucks. I try to find stuff that you guys could afford to do dividends, because not, you know, sometimes, you know, if these companies cost like 200, 300 bucks for stock, they're kind of set that way so retail investors really can't buy too many of them, honestly. That way you can't really make them too volatile of a play. It's usually hedge funds, billionaires, millionaires, the richest people on the planet kind of buy these things. Average people can't buy like, you know, 500 shares or like, you know, even 20 shares out of something that costs 200 bucks, because it's just putting too much of their wealth into one box or one basket, so to speak. But stuff like this, you know, $16.23 during COVID, it went down to $4. So you know this thing can come down pretty hard. However, you know, even if we have a really bad market, the reason I'm holding this dividend, this play, is because even if it goes down here, I'm still making money, and I'm going to be holding it even as it goes back over here. And throughout that time, once a quarter, I'll be paid 10.63% of, you know, the dividend back, and I'll be more than happy to do that. I'll be more than happy to make that money. And then from there, you know, just you can sell it if you want to after the market kind of picks back up. You can scale out of it. You can continue to hold it for a long period of time. It's all up to you. But I would say if you guys are going to get any of the plays I buy into, I kind of was talking with one of my friends in the comment section below. After the next bull market takes off, after you've made some good money in dividends for the few quarters that you've held, or maybe more than a few quarters, depending on how bad this bear market is, you guys should go back to the charts, look at how much money you made through dividends, reevaluate everything, and see if you want to move any of these assets or closing these assets out and move them somewhere else. That's totally up to you, right? But everybody has their own trading style here as far as what they're looking for. as far as dividends, long-term plays, bonds, mutual funds. There's all types of good stuff out there, right? But you know, there's an opportunity for you guys to make some money. But I'm really looking at the oil plays, the energy plays, but I'm looking at buying stock a lot these days and not so much options, at least for the next few days until I really figure out what's going on in the marketplace here. And you're gonna see from the daily chart perspective, we're kind of getting rejected up here from this Fibonacci extension level. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But this is, you know, we still have 22 hours and 53 minutes left. We have plenty of time before we have to really try to break out above this level here. I'm hoping that the market can really give us a good push tomorrow as far as the stock market, Nasdaq, because then we can actually have a good opportunity to retest out the $20,000 range and primarily break above this 50-day moving average here. There we go. You'll probably see a pretty good spike when it actually does break above this here. And then Mystic Rune, AR is booming in the NFT space right now. I think you should go for it. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, I already have a bunch of art I've already done, and Midjourney saves a lot of it too. So as I make more art, I'll be having a lot of fun with it. A lot of fun with it. I'm ready for VR trading where I can look across the horizon and see the top green tickers or coins and down low for the red. Zoom in and turn it and see all at the same time. Oh, that'd be kind of cool as well. I mean, somebody should really make a crypto metaverse like for coinmarketcap.com or something. That'd be amazing. Then walk in the metaverse and buy a pair of Nikes. That'd be pretty fun. And it just gets delivered to your house, something like that. And AGT, does Engine qualify for the Lindy effect since it was technically started in 2009? I do not know. I would probably have to check that very fast. Let me check it out. More about the Lindy effect than anything else here. I want to make sure I'm actually knowing what I'm talking about when I had to talk about this. Oh, I'm sorry, boy. Not you guys. Here, take a treat. There you go. Good boy. All right. The Lindy effect is an important phenomenon to understand. Simply put, the longer something has survived, the longer it's likely to exist in the future. Bitcoin has survived for almost 13 years. Oh, okay, for this, okay. It's a little bit different in tech, I guess, but. Yes, it does qualify for it, I would say. The caveat being, they still just have to be working on the project, right? They still have to be doing stuff. As long as they're kind of like, you know, clawing away, doing the work, I would be happy to hold any project, right? To me, when I go to altcoins or just coins that have smaller moving, it's not moving, just smaller market caps, it's more of me saying, hey, I'm buying a company right now, or buying a small slice of a company right now whose market cap is extremely, extremely low. And as the blockchain space really develops over the next 30 years, a lot of these companies, not all, maybe not even a lot of them, you know, a few of these companies are really going to make it big and go really, really far out in the world. Okay. And if I get lucky to just buy a handful of those companies, even one of those companies, that really is going to be life-changing money. Where if I buy $500 of a coin that's valued at, let's kind of do the math here. You know, I buy a coin that's valued at, let's just do something small. Let's go with a $50 million market cap, okay? 50,000, 500,000, 5 million, 50 million. Okay, sorry guys, I'm bad at like the zeros and stuff. So 50 million. Now, and one day this coin hits $50 billion. $50 billion, that's not a crazy market cap if you think about it for a traditional stock. And crypto is global, right? So that's not really like that crazy of a theory. 30 years from now, I'm gonna stress, it's not like it's gonna be a quick rich scheme, get quick rich scheme. It's not gonna be like that at all. 1 billion, what did I say, 50 billion right now, 50 billion written out. There we go. There we go. Now, well, let me actually paste this on here. That's the question. Aha. Okay. So initial value is, what did I say? $500. So that 500 bucks, this is again, like this, not going to happen in all scenarios, but I guarantee there's going to be a few coins that really do make it big in the world. Okay. But that's a, oh wait, no, I don't want the increase to be that high. Never mind. Cut. Final value is going to be, geez, this is different. Okay. This is different. Okay. Oh wait, maybe I did do it right the first time. So 20, see 50 million initial value. And you got the billion here. So that's a percentage change of about 99,000%. Okay. So if I go here and delete this, let me do this right here. Cut. All right, there we go. 500 bucks. Sorry about this, guys. I'm not good at like this type of math at all. So if you put 500 bucks in there, but you do the increase of that almost 100,000%, that 500 bucks turned into $500,000. But that took like 30 years of planning. So whenever I buy an altcoin, you know, I am playing for the next altcoin season, but I'm also just buying stuff because I really want to see if this company over the years can really do something fantastic and do something great. Now, most people don't think that far out, and that's perfectly fine. A lot of people just want to make money from buy now, sell at the next bull run. I'm more than happy to do that. I'm doing that a lot with you guys. You guys already know that. However, there are some things out there where I'm just like, hey, get my Ledger Nano wallet out there. It's going to be my safety deposit box to the day I die, right? Just, you know, keep my crypto safe, and one of them should take off eventually. Keep track of the coins you have. That's going to be important. And if it ever turns into anything, you know, I would have gotten lucky. You know, like take my Dogecoin where I bought it at 0.0024, right? The final value of it when I actually sold the majority of it off was at 50 cents, right? That itself was only a 20,000% increase, but that happened in one bull market within, you know, like a year and a half, a year or so. You know, imagine the people that hold Dogecoin for years and years and years that really did buy it like under a penny. They are still doing perfectly fine. Even now that Dogecoin is like at 6-7 cents, let's go to like 0.07. They're still up almost 3,000%. So, I mean, each of us all has our own strategies of what we're aiming for. But don't forget that when you invest in a coin, you're really doing a deep dive into the company themselves. And that's why when I made that last video, I even told you guys like, hey, if you guys want to use this website, I use it for doing background checks on the people that work in these companies to see if they've ever been in bankruptcy court, if they've ever been in jail, they have any crimes, they've been fraud, you know, been any warnings out about them. I try to verify it as much as I can. I can't share the information obviously with you guys on YouTube because that would probably break some type of guideline, but you know, it's a weird, you know, think about them a little bit differently if you want to, or think more about long terms instead of just like the next bull market. But you know, when you do that, then you, of course, you can really go and do those deep dives. So, you know, one of the coins I'm looking at here, a large watch list, as you guys know, let's go back over here. The Callisto network. This one only has a $21 million market cap. It's boomed up a lot for whatever reason. I never even looked into it because I'm holding on to this for a while. This is either going to be a long-term one or another one. I haven't really decided yet. And you guys can do that same move. You don't have to decide as soon as you buy the coin. You can if you want to. It helps with organization, but sometimes you're just like, nah, well, let's see where it goes, right? Like, you know, I didn't know when I was going to sell Dogecoin until I sold it. I was like, oh, geez, we're moving fast. Let's just go 50 cents, 60 cents, 70 cents, 80 cents, 90 cents, $1. We only got part way, but I was able to cash out a lot of Dogecoin at that point. But you go over here, go to Callisto network, and blockchain as seen by security experts, a smart contract ecosystem with real emphasis on security. Build, stake, and trade on a never compromised blockchain. That seems kind of cool. Let's hope they never get compromised. Otherwise, their name is just it's not gonna be that good. But you go over here to the white paper. We got a pinata. Music is fine still. Logarithmic price. We don't need that. Mid journey. Don't need that. Me right there. I don't need that. That. Nope. Okay. Oh yeah. you go down here and you kind of read this. I read this all once. I thought it was pretty fine. I don't think I saw too many errors, if any, actually at this one, which is why I put some money into it. And it's up like over 100% so far since I bought it, right? Pretty good. This is since June lows, right? But they kind of explain what's going on. They build a premise here. They find the problem. They explain the problem they're trying to fix, and they explain how they're going to fix it. All right. And then they explain, you know, what their plan is, their roadmap, and what they're looking for. You know, so, and you know, they do all this kind of stuff. And then you can see if you think this project is something you would want to finance. But at the end of the day, when you look at these types of coins, you know, don't be afraid to go back to the website and, you know, go over here and go to developers. Let's see it. Faucet. Oh, I don't even know what this was. Developers. Oh, it's for developers. It's not about the developers. Oh, okay. I get it. Okay. But basically you can go to their blog, I would assume, or you can go to, you can go to like their, Twitter account, something like that. You could always talk to one of these guys, join the community, and learn more about them. And you can learn about them for months before you even decide to make an actual purchase of their coin. Okay. I do this usually pretty fast. However, you know, I don't have as much time as I would like to really, you know, look at all this stuff. But I mean, you know, it's not like it's going to take a crazy amount of time. I'm kind of just lazy in a way, but you know, go over here to Twitter, you know, they got 38,000 followers. I'll follow it, you know, security experts. And then, you know, once they become large enough and they get maybe more sponsorships from like, you know, Solana or whatever, there's a lot of grants that are given out to companies this small. You know, I may see them at some type of an event in Seattle or in LA or in New York or Miami. And then I go over there and I say, hello, you know, I've been watching the project for a while. Can you tell me more about the A, B, and C? Yada, 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 you know, it's that type of stuff, right? So I'm hopeful that, you know, they can do something good, but I don't know if they really are. I have a hope. From what I learned about them from their you know, the white paper, which is basically what I read there, seems like they have potential. And since the market cap again is so small, the market cap being only at $21 million market cap, and when I bought it, guys, again, this was like at a $10 million market cap. You know, the 200 bucks I put into this or so, you know, it's already turned into 400. But I'm hoping that it can really turn into something much more than that, you know, by 2035 or something. But again, I don't know. This is a huge risk on my part, which is why I only put so much money in there. But if it ever does turn into anything great, I'll be very, very happy with it. Like extremely, extremely happy with it. But then, you know, you see, it was only on a few different spots here, right? So it's not like you can buy this all over the place. I had to have a friend help me use the pancake swap over here, and that was hard enough for me to use. And then, you know, Bitfinex is probably the best one you guys are going to be able to do for buying it. But I don't have Bitfinex, so I just use the pancake swap. So, you know, but gas fees are really cheap right now, which is the only reason I was okay with buying it. But you guys know how I feel about gas fees and all other crap. Right now it's fine, but the bull market, it's just the worst thing ever. VR until I get my Neuralink. Oh, then when the Neuralinks come out, those are gonna be fun. And I am broke. You think 17K tomorrow? If it does, I mean, this would be a nice time to open up a short rejection off of the Fibonacci extension level right there. And then the market probably comes back down after a good day today. I wonder what the futures are talking about right now as well. Because the technicals do say down, right? They do say down. Futures are up right now. We'll see what happens next. But I guess I'm just kind of, I'm still conflicted. Technicals say down, but you know how the news can kind of change the cycle up a little bit and burn people like me who are based on technicals, especially with oil prices and what's going on with OPEC. We'll have to see. Come back tomorrow. I am broken. If you write brag, brag, brag. And hey, Keegan, happy doing one, man. Need to join the membership again, dude. Take your time. Not everybody has to become a member. I'm totally fine with it. Like, the members are going to start getting more perks here pretty soon, especially as I figure out this NFT stuff. And since I've been able to do more of these member streams and things of that nature, there are going to be more benefits to doing that. But it's going to be more for, you know, for learning how to trade. You know, it's not going to more access to me, I guess you would say, more access to me. Loki's over here laying down like that, stretched out. And then you'll get some new NFTs and stuff like that when they drop and things like that. But it's going to be a lot of fun. And when I make the NFTs and stuff, maybe some of the streams will be for members only, some of them will just be for everybody. I don't know yet, but I expect to make some really cool NFTs with the AI art. And I'll pretty much just like make as many as I can. I just don't know how much. Like, remember I told you guys when you do when you do Midjourney, you put the prompt in, but it shows you 4 individual pictures first. So what I could always do is just use those 4, and that's 4 right there. I have to upscale them all to maximum resolution. 4 there, 4 there, 4 there, 4 there, 4 there, right? And I can really build some out really fast. And so each one is a little bit different, but they all unlock the same thing. Or I could have I could make one really, really good one with you guys, and all of you get that same exact one, and that all unlocks one thing. I'll probably end up doing that one at first, but then the members and I'll be making batches, basically batches. So we might spend 1 hour making just one NFT, but it'll be a lot of fun to just spend the hour doing that. Drink some wine, drink some beer, drink some booze, whatever you want to, smoke a joint, who cares, and just have some fun making some art. I'm not too much of an artsy guy myself, but as you guys know, I love doing the AI art. It helps me execute. It's GT, happy to help you out. Let's see. And hey, Alex, I get out of work at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. Hopefully I'll catch the members live. If not, I'll watch the technicals. Yeah, don't worry about it, man. And what do you call, I'm going to try, I don't know about this week because I'm getting sicker as I talk right now. So I know that's probably going to get worse here. I'll see how bad it gets. But if anything, I'm hoping I'm good by Saturday. And usually like a Saturday or Sunday, I'll be streaming for like, if I can, like up to 4 or 5 hours or so. And that should give you like ample opportunity. I want everybody to have an opportunity, especially because it's not like I can just do a whole bunch of quick technicals. When I do the members only streams, it's like, 15, 20 minutes on one stock, one crypto coin. And like you ask a question about it, but they're like, hey, what about this? I want to be able to answer all the questions. Normally when the members right now, with the streams, you guys ask me something, I give you like a quick, up to 5-minute explanation of what's going on, maybe more if I have time, but not really, right? But with the member streams, I could spend up to like 20 minutes, a half an hour if needed to really break down one stock, because as we talk about it, everybody else is learning. Everybody else has the opportunity to do that same exact play you're doing, and it helps out a lot, right? So there's definitely some cool stuff here. Like with me, last member stream, people were talking about Apple and how they wanted to buy Apple calls. I said, you know what, I like what I'm seeing from Apple, but the fact that we broke down, it kind of scared me off a little bit. Or that's actually before the breakdown actually happened. Like I won't buy any Apple calls until we had that small breakout. And that small breakout never actually occurred, so I was never actually able to buy Apple calls. The only Apple call I bought was the YOLO one I bought for you guys that went up 20%. The day I bought it, but then it crashed the next day because it was a YOLO, like literally one call expiring the day after I bought it. So like really, really risky play. And then the other one we bought was Nike. That's the one we actually put some money behind. The 15 puts versus the 5 calls hedge play for Nike earnings. Nike crashed just like I wanted it to, although it happened like it happened after I left the stream. After I was like, oh well, geez, that sucks. It didn't move down nearly as much as I wanted to. So I thought I was going to lose both on the hedge because they were both so far the money. But I wasn't patient like I normally am. Not patient, I guess. And it ended up working out in our favor. And it ended up being a net profit of 182% because the puts went up like 336%, but the 5 calls went down obviously like 99.8% in value. But yeah, I'm gonna, regardless of if I'm able to do one this week, since I'm coming down with something, obviously, as you can hear from my horrible voice and nostrils, you will see one from me probably Saturday or Sunday. And don't forget, if I see any breakouts during the week, I'll let you guys know about them. But I'm just so uncertain about what's going on right now as far as these plays. Like, there could be a technical breakout, but because of a news event this week with OPEC Plus, what's going on with the SEC, this article right here, which we can talk about here in a second, Credit Suisse, there's so much freaking mines here that it's not even worth my time to try, or not try, but it's not even worth my time to make a trade this week. And I'm being ultimately serious. Like, if I find a trade for you guys this week, it's going to be for you because I'm trying really hard to find something that you guys can make money on. And it's not going to be because like, hey, I'm actually looking forward to trading this week. Normally, I would not even be trading this week. I'd be looking at news, planning stuff out for next week or the week after that. I wouldn't even try to trade this week because of all the mines and bombshells happening right now. swing trade. I can day trade through, as much as I want to, but you guys can't day trade as much as I can, because a lot of you guys, at least from the an options and stock side of things, you're limited by the pattern day trade rule. In crypto, you guys can do whatever you want to, many trades as you want to, but those are simple technical breakouts, a little bit more difficult than what you might see in the stock and options market, right? I think the majority of you guys who have become successful watching me on this stream, most of you guys actually trade stocks and options, and you guys do a little bit of crypto, kind of like how I do it, maybe because I'm a teacher, right? But I found that to be the best situation for me to make money. Oops. But it might not be for everybody, so everybody has to kind of adjust their own way. But this is something you guys should know about here. Investors send Credit Suisse shares on a wild ride on restructuring capital concerns. So let me just kind of read this here, because it is, gosh, this is freaking insane. Probably to start from the beginning, actually, I would say. Hold on one second here, guys. So, can you guys see that? Back up a little bit. So, shares of Credit Suisse pared losses, after earlier plunging as much as 10% Monday. It comes after the Financial Times reported the Swiss bank's executives are in talks with its major investors to reassure them amid rising concerns over the lender's financial health. So financial crisis language over here. One executive involved in the talks told the publication that teams at the bank were actively engaging with its top clients and counterparties over the weekend, adding that they were receiving messages of support from top investors. Shares ended the trading session down about 1%. In a statement to CNBC on Monday, the bank said it would provide updates on its strategy review when it releases its third quarter results, scheduled for October 27th. It would be premature to comment on any potential outcomes before then, it said. Spreads of the bank's credit default swaps, which provide investors with protection against financial risk such as default, rose sharply Friday. They followed the reports of the Swiss lender is looking to raise capital, citing a memo from its chief executive, Ulrich Körner, okay? And you can see its stock has just really been coming down ever since the financial crisis. It's just never been able to recover. And now it's, instead of being at $70, right now it's currently sitting at around $4. So if you ever believed in a comeback story, this would be the time to buy, honestly. But yeah, I haven't started to buy this yet. I thought about it, but I just haven't. But it's down about 60% year to date. Let's see. Anything else here that's really good and interesting? Oh yeah, they said having the Credit Suisse having all these problems, it may have a small effect on the calculus of Jerome Powell, the Bank of England, and the European banks. I don't really know if it's gonna be that wild, but that may be a boost for stocks in the short term, even though inflation may creep back up a little bit because of it, which means the pain will be prolonged, but not as much pain, I guess, or not as painful. See, I would love if we had a bull market in the middle of a bear market for the stock market. I would absolutely love that so much. Everybody would be so mad. CNBC people would be freaking out, absolutely freaking out. And hey, Michael, happy to see you back. Good evening, Mike. A lot of times in the crypto, you're recommending trading because the breakout, but if you really look at it, that just doesn't work anymore. A lot of deviations have been happening. I guess it depends on what you're trading, I guess you would say. Another way you could possibly do it is just short the support, buy the support if you like doing that instead. That's also been working out pretty well. I think lately we've been talking more about zones, but it depends, I guess, which breakout you're looking for. But yeah, definitely the breakouts have not been as accurate, I would say, as they were during the last bull market. They're probably about 20% less accurate, I would say. They still work, but they're not nearly as accurate. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And actually, we were just talking about something similar here a few minutes ago, as far as the uncertainty around the stock market, and how even when we've been seeing some breakouts, as soon as we have bad news, the indexes start making their moves, usually with like a larger performer in the index, like an Apple, like one of the larger companies starts going down, it really does start to tank down a whole bunch of stuff. So I would say that's definitely a correct statement there. And then Monica, FTNT, please, would you sell FTNT ahead of earnings? The way I look at earnings, I usually don't actually hold assets during earnings unless I'm really just having fun, like we did with the Nike puts the other day. as far as FTNT, well, I don't actually need to look at the stock, but I'll look at it for you. Just as a quick sort of a reference for everybody watching. Day. There we go. So earnings are November 3rd. That's still a while away. You know, I would most likely be more interested in selling them before the earnings, only because if we do have this like bounce over the next couple weeks, we don't know how far that bounce is going to take us. So, you know, maybe if we just do the simple Fibonacci extension here, we might have an idea. Has it really been a level of resistance for us here? How's this been working out? It was here, pretty good level of resistance. It broke out a little bit. Wasn't too much a level of resistance here, unfortunately. Maybe up here on 52 or so. It's okay. Probably not the best one to be using here. However, you know, if we can get back up, I would say around, where did this line come from? Not really useful at this point. What is that? Support. Not a little choppy there. I would say if we can get back in a range of anywhere between like $53 and $55, I'd be happy to start scaling out around here. This is historically a pretty nice stock to own if you're just gonna like buy and hold. We traded this a lot last year, where during this rally from 2022 lows, right, to all the way up here, fantastic rally where it just kept on going up and up and up with a few dips here and there, but mostly just kind of kept on going up and up and up until people took profits and, you know, everybody bought back those lows. But yeah, the way I trade normally, I tend to be out of my positions when earnings come out. Now Fortnite is a special company. Like here, it doesn't. Hold on, let's say it does quite a bit. There you go. We don't care about that. All right, so software, they do a lot of small business stuff as well, but mostly just the software part of this. I would probably say earnings are just going to be fine. I don't know if they're going to be great or fantastic. They might actually be bad. We'll have to see. I tend to like cybersecurity even during this time. So, you know, at best, I would try to sell it off beforehand, but I would be hoping that the market moves up even more. Otherwise, I would probably scale out some before the earnings happen, just because I myself don't like that extra worry. But normally, I don't know if you're trading this or long-terming this or what. If you're long-terming it, I would hold. But if you're just looking to make a few bucks while trading this, like buying low, selling high, I would probably hope that it might reach somewhere in that nice little like resistance zone up here, up to $55. I'd be selling around there, honestly. Maybe 75% of that, and then the rest of it, maybe it comes back down or so. That might be kind of interesting. Let's let me see. 15-minute chart. We broke out of the trend line. I think this was a few weeks ago, a couple weeks ago, whatever. And then, you know, it's been an okay grind, but this is definitely not something you want to be trading options on. That's why we read a lot of stocks here, guys. A lot of the stuff is buying and just kind of waiting. And if what is that breakout here? It's not even going to be too crazy. Like 4%, 4 or 5%. That's actually not too bad. That's actually not too bad for a breakout there. But hopefully it can continue to grind up and move a little bit higher. There was some resistance right here that was kind of works out, some support right there as well from 52 range. So yeah, I'd like to try to hope I could sell some off around here if I can. If not, you could always try to hold, but it depends on what you bought the actual asset at. Let me see. Kind of like how let's see. Depends on how you want to look at this now. Like Bitcoin broke down out of this trend line right here. You can see how it didn't immediately take a move down, kind of struggled. I think that's what it's going to look like for a lot of stocks over the next few days. You're seeing more of the trends being broken, but instead of going from an upward trend to a downward trend, we're going from an upward or downward trend into a sideways trend, and then that move usually happens afterwards. But you know, people don't like to hold that long. It's kind of scary, right? You buy right here, you're up like maybe 0.5%. You got to wait a few more days before you make that juicy return on it. Even over here, let me see if we can back up a little bit. Let's go to the daily chart. guess I have to go to 4-hour chart or something. I guess it all depends on which trend line you want to use. But you know, when it first broke out here, it came back down, went for a sideways trend for a little bit on the 4-hour chart here, not a daily chart, and eventually broke out. Depending if you wanted to go off of this one, which is kind of a longer term one, you buy, it went sideways for a little bit of time, then it broke out. Does that make sense? You're kind of just waiting for the golden crosses to really pick you up from there, honestly. From here, you know, there is a breakout. You buy right here. You have to wait like a day and 8 hours, but you're up 5%. I guess technically you could have made 8% if you're lucky. But a lot of these are kind of, they're not always going to be as pretty as that breakout there, right? Another opportunity right here, right there. This one's one of those more fakey out ones where it didn't end up working out for us. But you probably wouldn't have made this trade because we just broke out a little bit. And you're also seeing how a death cross was inevitable on the 4-hour chart. So you kind of see how it's going to pull us back down, so to speak. But yeah, it's definitely going to be, how would you say that? Let me get rid of all this other crap. You get what I'm trying to say. Sorry. My brain's kind of all over the place and now I'm getting sicker and I can feel it. Ugh. There you go. Like even if Bitcoin broke down below this one right now, right? You wouldn't necessarily just expect a full-on crash. You might expect a little bit of sideways movement, then a drop down, where it just kind of goes back into the ultimate zone. We're in this trading zones right now, if that makes sense. Where we might be coming back down as low as 19,148, or all the way down here of 18,850 or so. You get my point. There we go. 15-minute chart. I'll get all set up the other stuff later. Gas prices in the 290s in Tampa now. Oh gosh, that is nice. It jumped up like 60% here, guys. It's like 575 where last time I checked. I was at a Chevron though. Chevron tends to be a little bit more expensive, but it's like almost $6 all of a sudden. It's freaking horrible. Horrible. See, and thanks I Am Broke. I appreciate it very, very much, man. Please do. I'd buy a Loki NFT. I can take a picture of Loki and I can make him an NFT. Maybe a Loki NFT will be the standard NFT I give for everybody that wants a free one on the channel. Or everybody, no, it'll be one for everybody that's been here for a hot minute, maybe the free ones. Loki's been pretty good. He's having a nightmare right now, or trying to run in his sleep. You heard me say his name, so he woke up. I don't know, I say his name because I don't want him to have a nightmare. But I did buy a gimbal today. So this thing is pretty cool. I'm going to be using it for shorts from now on to help me make smoother videos and things of that nature. It cost me like $174 with tax. I'm a total tech support member from Best Buy, so it does come with 2 years of support and whatever. So that's kind of nice. But basically, like I guess I fold it down. I literally just got this today, so I'm not an expert on it yet. I've had another version of the DJI, but not this one. DJI, excuse me. So you pick it up and it should beep. Yeah, so it beeped and you see how it kind of set, and I try to put that there. Now I can have my phone over here, which has a magnet on top of it. I can just let that snap to it. And now it's holding my phone. And now you'll see that it actually straightens the phone out for me. Or, oh, sorry, my hand is all messed up over here, but I'm looking at something else. But basically, oh, here, hold on. There you go. It locks it in. And then from there, you know, I can move it around and it keeps the phone smooth while I'm moving my arm around, right? I can have it lock axes and stuff like that. But it's pretty nice, you know. I think I don't know how to lock axis yet, but let me see. Oh, so now it's not tilting backwards and forwards anymore, right? Unless I actually physically push it down. Now it kind of locks in that same position. Lock it back. See, now I'm moving it all around. So it's a pretty chill little toy. I'll be using it to make a bunch of shorts here pretty soon. And then when I want to turn it off, it sets it up so I can take the magnet off from the phone, and I just kind of pull it off, and you know, that's it. So pretty cool little piece of tech. I'm buying some stuff up here so I can really do a blitz on shorts. I'm losing time on the longer form videos, and I'm like, not even losing time. I'm realizing that the good long form videos that I do that actually get views, they take me a little bit of time because I'm not some type of rapid editor. So while I'm editing longer form videos for you guys that may come out like once every 2 weeks at this point, I'm going to be blasting shorts, giving you guys an idea of what's going on, how I like things of that nature, basically, which is going to be pretty fun. And I can just make some fun shorts just to pass some time. That way I'm not actually, like, I don't want to be stressed out about YouTube. That'd be the worst thing for me, because this really doesn't make me any money. I kind of just like hanging out with you guys and help people trade, but I don't want this to become something that I don't enjoy doing, if that makes sense. So when I learned how to edit it, that was not enjoyable. So now I'm kind of doing more shorts here while I do the longer form editing without stressing myself about like quotas and like trying to meet certain deadlines and stuff. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to have fun with YouTube and do my thing and help you guys learn how to trade and make some funny videos, and you know, that are somehow at the same time educational. Right? Let's see. Bitcoin position retest angular resistance not broken since November 10th, maybe next few hours. Well, something that actually happened. Yeah, Michael, I do like support and resistance. Yeah, definitely. One thing here, Mr. Pepin, what I did like about Bitcoin over this week is, I know the this GAN fan line right here looks very, very choppy, but we were able to hold it on the weekly charts here. That really made my day, or my week, I would say. So we do have an opportunity to bounce. That Fibonacci circle, it still is there, kind of being a pain in our butt. However, I'm not going to put too much stock in that. I feel like there's more relevant levels of resistance here that are really going to stop us, and not just the Fibonacci circle here. Okay, so just keep that in mind if you guys do have that circle on there. I'm watching very closely. I really want to see what happens as we approach the 20-week moving average here. And one of the cool things that we've been following for a while that hasn't given us anything in the last few weeks, I would say, if I go to tutorials for channel here, yeah, there you go. Let's go over to Bitcoin's price action here. Let's make it full screen. They go daily. We're getting closer and closer to a potential cluster here with the TEMAs, the 20 TEMA, the 50 TEMA, and the 200 TEMA, triple exponential moving average. Usually when we get in a really nice cluster, we tend to have a pretty good move. This may move without it. That's perfectly fine as well. It doesn't have to, we don't have to cluster to have a big move, of course. We don't have to cluster. You know, we have big moves like this without the clustering. The cluster kind of maybe kicked it off a little bit, but you know, most of the moving happened away from the cluster. So I'm excited to see where those clusters may take us. But at this point, it may not happen until mid-October. And then we may have a really parabolic boom back up to like 25,000. Or maybe we come all the way back down to like 14,000, 15,000. We don't know yet, but you know, we still have some time here. On the 4-hour chart, they're pretty close together. Cluster breakout, but the other cluster now, there's no breakout. So I like to use the daily one a little bit more than everything else. And hey, Jack, thoughts on a potential crypto winter? I mean, we're already in a crypto winter right now. It's not too good. It's not too fun. The stock market's most likely going to go down a lot more over the next year as the layoffs get started. We've only really had a tech layoff right now. And even within that tech layoff, it hasn't been like a terrible tech layoff. Like you type in layoffs right now. Right. MT Bank reports 325 layoffs in Connecticut, plans to cut 330 more. See, white collar jobs are the most at risk of the next recession, says Bloomberg. Here's why the laptop class that thrived during lockdowns is now in danger. Tier Mobility owns Spin, lays off 10% of workforce. Getting let go came as a surprise, but it only helped my career. I don't know. It seems like a participation trophy. Cannibal industry layoffs, whatever. Ashley Furniture plans to lay off of 100 as it closes plants. Oh, so this is a plant move. That's not good. That's not a layoff. That's not the layoffs you're looking for. You're looking for the white collar one. So a lot of this stuff is the same thing. Coinbase BlockFi. Let me see what's going on here. You know, this is more of a crypto related one, but just, you know, interesting. Let's see. I don't know how to read this chart. It doesn't have a source here. Maybe it means that BlockFi has laid off 250 people, Coinbase has laid off 1,100 people, Carvana has laid off 2,500. I'm guessing that's what it means. It's just this chart isn't actually it doesn't have a good I forget what the name of it's called, but something that describes what's next to a chart, what the chart is actually represents, what the data on the chart represents, excuse me. But yeah, so you're seeing a whole bunch of crappy stuff, basically. Just a whole bunch of crappy stuff. And hey, RJR, I can get Loki up here very fast. I think he has one more treat, or did I give it to him already? Oh, I think I actually already gave it to him. Yeah, I already gave it to him. He's down here resting, wanting to go outside. And hey, Pento. Hello, Mike. You mentioned NFTs on a previous video pick. Do you know what companies are getting into that? So, well, as I learned over the last few days, talking with all these venture capital guys and just fun guys in the space, and not everybody was a venture capital, not everybody was a guy in suit. A lot of people just say, like, I don't know much about NFTs, I just want to learn more about it. Now, kind of wealthy individuals in the first place, but they wanted to learn, not so much like an expert. So there's a lot of crypto companies out there, like the Solanas and the Binances and everything like that. They're giving grants to a lot of these smaller startups in the space. That's one way to look at it. But if you want exposure to a company that's doing NFTs, Starbucks is about to do NFTs. So Starbucks is one. Let me see if I can find like an actual story on it, I guess. So the new Starbucks Odyssey experience will offer members the ability to earn and buy digital collectible stamps, NFTs, that will unlock access to new immersive coffee experiences. Remember, access keys, that we talked about at the beginning of the show. As one of the first companies to integrate NFTs with an industry-leading loyalty program at scale, Starbucks will create an accessible Web3 community that will enable new ways to engage with members and partners, employees. All right, so that's kind of what's going on here. Let me see if we can kind of look at this. Let me get the music off. There you go. Audio output. Let's see if we can listen to this. Not really the best of videos, honestly, but okay. We don't need the music. I'm sorry, guys. It wasn't that good of a music. So digital collectible stamps, right? They're pouring coffee. I just want to see what these new benefits are going to be, right? But when they come out, I'm an avid coffee drinker. I'm buying one, and I'm buying more than one. I'm going to try to get my mom one and my sister one, because like NFTs are going to be something, guys. They really are. It's just not going to be just the pictures you see online and what you see on Facebook and social media. It's not going to be that. It's going to be stuff like this that is used in a business environment to make more money, to build more trust, build more of a community, and really, try to lock in your consumers, basically. But I would have to look into more. I don't really know much about NFTs still after all that. I don't claim to be any NFT expert. I am going to be going to more events though, and I will be learning more. The next event I'm going to is tomorrow night. That's for entrepreneurs though. It's the person that's heading it up is a CEO of a startup that revolves around fintech, the financial area of the blockchain. But as far as NFTs and other spots, I will have to check it out and kind of get back to you, because I don't know much about what other companies are doing. But I could always ask one of those guys, hey, what other companies besides Starbucks getting NFTs? There's going to be some expert there that really knows what they're talking about, and I'll use that knowledge to kind of help you guys out. All right. Oh, you guys couldn't even see anything because I had this on here. Yeah, basically this is Starbucks. You guys didn't need to see the video. It wasn't that good at all. But basically, yeah. So NFTs through a built-in marketplace. Okay. No crypto wallet or cryptocurrency will be required. Oh, so nice and easy. Okay. So it won't be required, but it looks like you should still be able to transfer them over to your wallets and stuff, which would I like. So that might be kind of interesting. But it'll have some nice art from the Pacific Northwest, looks like, and things like that nature probably. But yeah, but it looks like it's going to be progress, right? See, hey, Elias, I don't know. I didn't, from what I understand, what happened with Elon Musk today, he posted a couple polls. I don't exactly know how to talk about it, honestly, because it's going to offend people either way. But I don't think Elon Musk really said anything like provocative. The second poll question he did just now, I think people just voted against it because they don't like Elon, and fine, if you don't like Elon, fine, whatever. But basically, the first one he said was kind of like, should we have peace between Ukraine and Russia? People really don't want peace for some reason. It's really confusing to me. Like, sure, there's a war going on, but the West, America, we should be trying very, very hard to get a peace deal done because it's really messing up a lot of the world. And even if that peace deal isn't what Ukraine's president wants, I mean, tough. He's getting a lot of freaking money from us. He's getting a lot of freaking weapons. I mean, like, for real, tough. If Russia gets to keep Crimea and maybe they keep like one or two little regions on the eastern side, and that really equals peace, and the suffering can really stop and the healing can begin in that area, we can come out of those that area and really start helping with the famine that's about to start, that's been happening, I guess, in some parts of the country, the world. I mean, I think the West goes behind Ukraine's back and just says, hey, this is the deal that's going to be happening. You got to take it or leave it, or you're not going to get any more aid. I mean, something as simple as that. As long as we have unlimited amounts of money to send to Ukraine, even though I guess the governments are acting like they do, right? But I don't know. People don't like to talk about peace for some reason right now, which is a very confusing thing because they feel like if peace is had, Putin wins. But like, I mean, Putin's like, Russia's not in good shape right now. Even if, he could try to spin it as a media win, through his state-owned media, but isn't he going to do that anyway? Right? I don't know. It's just too confusing to me, honestly. I don't care. I mean, I want peace, even if that peace is against the wishes of the president of Ukraine. Tough. I mean, honestly, tough. I mean, where would he be without the West, the help from the West, all the military stuff we gave him, all the money we gave him? Russia would have taken over long ago. I mean, that's the truth. So he should, the West has leverage to make him have a peace deal. Although I don't think Russia wants a peace deal right now, which is the problem, right? So let's not blame it all on Ukraine. But, they need to create some peace deal, and we have to figure out what that breaking point is. But I don't know what it is going to be right now. It's not going to, maybe anything of nukes. I just don't know. If you heard anything from that, it's I don't know. And hey, Joe Little, owned a DJI drone, not the happiest camper, but still dealing with DJI care. I've never had those drones before. The drones I'm looking at, I don't think are DJI. They're from, let me see if I can find the drone I'm looking at. It's like an $1,800 drone. I'm planning to maybe buy it for Christmas, honestly, for myself, treat myself. Drone. What are these? Maybe. Yeah. Oh, it's not from DJI. It's from Auto Robotics. It's this one, I think. Evo Light Premium Bundle Quadcopter with remote control, Android and iOS compatible, orange. I think this is it. I think that there was one up here that was the 2000, $2,000 range. This one I'm probably not going to buy unless I really make a good trade before then, which I guess could happen theoretically in Christmas. But this is the DJI one. Something about the orange just made me like it more because I felt like I could see it far away. They have one else that was what, $3,000 or so. Oh, that's another DJI up here. Oh, no, this is a DJI. Oh, with a whole bunch of other stuff. It looks like, okay. $3,000 and up. Oh, geez. Yeah. DJI. Yeah. So the one I'm looking for is, this one right here. I mean, I hope it's good when I buy it. I don't know, but this seems to be the one that I like so far. And I could get a lens to go on top of it for, different types of views and whatnot. But I guess it doesn't pop balloons, if that helps me, I guess, in some way. But yeah, it's a 6K camera. I think I'll enjoy it. Not too big. I got to learn how to use it, of course. But you put your phone on the controller so you can see what's going on. And so, right, and then you just kind of drive it along and see where it goes. But I won't have this until probably December, maybe January or something like that. Anyways, but I'm happy to help you out. Yeah, exactly, Pinto. Yeah, exactly. You got to build up that community. Guys, corporations are getting larger and larger, and there's always been more startups to challenge all these companies. Starbucks needs to find a way to keep its customer base loyal. As I don't know what new coffee shops have popped up in your neighborhood, but we have had an explosion of Dutch Bros out here, which I like more than Starbucks. We have had an explosion of the GQ coffees. I don't know if you guys have GQ coffees, but they look like let me just find an image, I guess. GQ coffee store. Did I spell it wrong? Maybe I spelt it wrong, man. Coffee, Seattle. Probably too broad of a thing, I guess, to be doing on Seattle. But what? Okay, there's some other place in Seattle that started making coffee. Starbucks is like, they are not like the only coffee store here. There are so many coffee stores in Seattle, it would blow your mind. So they're losing some market share, basically, in my opinion. And they need to figure out a way to keep their base loyal. Their app is actually a very good app. If people like shop at Starbucks and don't use the app, they are literally throwing away hundreds and hundreds of dollars every year. Now, maybe not be thousands, but like if you guys buy coffee like every day, it might even be thousands of dollars. Okay. I know people that buy coffee twice a day, once on the way to work, once on the way back. It adds up to being around $14 a day, $14 a day. 14 times 5, that's not even including the days out where they go with their friends. I'm not even gonna go there, but they're 5, right? So that's $70 a week, times like the 52 weeks of the year. That's like $3,600. You know how many times you get like really free coffee or cheap coffee and stuff like that? It goes a long, long way. There's Bigfoot Javas over here. Bigfoot Java, that's something you guys might know. Bigfoot, as we're the Northwest, we got Bigfoot out here. See all the Bigfoot Javas around me. And I'm in the boony country. Images looks like these, right? Little hut, there's a coffee with a Bigfoot, and they got everything you want, smoothies, you name it, they got it, right? So companies are going to be facing this thing for a while. I hope NVIDIA makes NFTs. I would really enjoy if NVIDIA made NFTs, and those NFTs got you some premium access to the newest model, some custom design stuff down the road, right? And then what you could do, this is how you can make money off of NFTs in a different way as well. You could buy that limited time special NFT that NVIDIA sells or Starbucks sells, whatever, right? Probably more for like an NVIDIA type of thing or like a gaming type of thing, which is where I think the most of the money of NFTs is going to be made. What you can do is buy that, and when there's an announcement saying, hey, if you own this NFT, you get to use it to get access to this brand new Xbox console before everybody else does, yada yada. You can then sell that NFT for a ridiculously high price, get a bunch of Ethereum for it, and be like, hey, I like Xbox, but I'd really rather have like $5,000 than the newest Xbox machine that's only like, it's like a custom thing, right? And who knows how much you'd be able to sell NFT for, really, but you could sell it for a really high, especially like it would be what the person considers the value of that box to be, even down the road. So you could have a bidding war on that NFT. So, there's a whole bunch of cool stuff that I'm learning that NFTs can do, but you can, the excitement for me comes from the business aspect of it, not from the art impact of it. The art impact, I think, is going to be fun for me as far as a community building tool, like helping us get closer together. You guys have some really cool stuff, and it's all going to be for free, right? But when it comes to the business aspect of it, I'm like, guys, down the road from my YouTube channel, the guys that were here now, even though when the bear market was rough, not many people watch the streams anymore, not many people watch crypto, right? I'm not as exciting as my friends Tom Crown or the other guy Jordan Cameron. So I'm kind of just like here, just coming along, right? But I'll make NFTs, give them out for free, and then whenever the big bull market comes out again, everybody that has access to that NFT will get something really fun out of it. Who knows what? But I'll figure it out. I can partner up with other YouTubers and do a little collaboration thing. I should be doing more collabs right now, honestly. But I can be doing a whole bunch of other stuff, basically, guys. And those collaborations with other companies and stuff, they can work out really well. So like in theory, I could partner up with AMC or another company out there, and we have NFTs that work off of each other. Now I'm not going to be working with AMC, but something out there, maybe since I have all these, I put a down payment on a ring that should be coming in pretty soon. I went up to Nordstrom's when I was up in Seattle because I didn't have the ring. I had to order it, put 50% down. But I could team up with them, get NFTs, have some cool little deals. There's endless possibilities here, which I'm really excited about. But here, this is the ring I ended up getting. Let me go over here. I hate looking at it like that because my eyes don't like that brightness. David, you might like the website because everything's black in the background. I almost bought this, but I was like, it's okay. I don't need it. Because it's like $500. Rings. Let's go over here to price. It's not that expensive. Oh, there it is. Wave Bay. Yeah. Okay, so it's this ring right here. Handcrafted. I guess it looks just better. See it on somebody's hand. But yeah, so I got this ring. I hope it comes pretty soon. They said it could take a while, but the lady from Nordstrom said she'd put the order in today. Today's Monday. Yeah, today. And then she'll call me and let me know. Oh, I missed a few calls today. Oh, yeah. And then she'll let me know. And then I'll go in and I'll test it and see if it looks good on me. And then from there, if I like it, I'll wear it. If I don't like it, I will get my money back. But yeah, so I should be blinging out here pretty soon. Next month, I'll buy another ring. And then I should have 3 rings. Maybe I'll get 4 to finish everything off. And then with my watch, that's enough rings, and I will get some bracelets and stuff. I met a lot of people at the conference that had bracelets and rings, and they were giving me so much style information. I was like, whoa. So that's fun for me to learn as well. And hey, Kryptonite, is XRP going to replace the dollar? Probably not. Excuse me. Hold on. To me, the US government will never allow that to happen. The dollar is a position of power. Whatever replaces the dollar will be the digital dollar, basically. That is going to be owned and controlled by the United States government. Now, as far as XRP is concerned, I think you're going to have a number of banks out there go towards this coin as their means of transfer to make everything very, very easy and simple. I don't think it's going to ever replace the dollar, but I do think, how the world's going right now with all this war stuff, maybe XRP survives the dollar. Right? But what I could see happening is XRP working with banks, and that being a coin that a lot of banks use to really make the transfers very, very easy. And still, after this lawsuit, they'll be able to do whatever they've been planning to do for the past few years, right? They'll be able to move forward with the partnerships. I can't imagine how much stuff is on hold right now with XRP, and they're all just waiting for this lawsuit to end. That way they can just freaking go on do whatever they want and go meet their goals, so to speak. But no, it's gonna survive. It's gonna do very, very well. XRP is something I've been holding since it was so small. It was one of the first things I ever bought, I think, on Coinbase. I've been holding it for a while. How even old is XRP? I go all, back in the day, 0.006, 0.06. I'm not that lucky. I bought it over here, right? I bought some over here. I sold it on the spike, and I bought some over here around 25 cents. So my average really isn't even that low anymore, honestly. Because I first started hearing about crypto on this rally, right? But I only keep it a little bit, and that was over here because everybody was like, we broke a penny, you know, back over here. And it basically, Reddit got me to buy it. I was a sucker for Reddit back then, real big sucker for Reddit. And hey, Christopher, how do you become a member? I think it varies on phones and websites, but if you go to the website here and you just go to my main page, you should be able to find it, I believe. Yeah, join. Kind of explains what's going on. Right now, it looks like everybody gets 50% off their first month of joining, which is kind of cool. But yeah, it's pretty chill. There we go. There you go. And I see what is God's Unchained? You got to give me the ticker if you want me to talk about it. And hey, Monica, I have 200 shares of it at the low. Want to sell it and buy back when it drops? That's not too bad. Probably talking about FTNT. I mean, it should be fine. For me, I like to scale out, sell it all, or just be very, very careful because earnings are just a nightmare right now. So, you know, you don't want to see it drop like a rock, like Nike if you hold all those shares. But at the same time, if you're holding it for a long-term play, you know, I mean, it might just be part of the process that you're going to be having to deal with, right? For my oil plays here, right? I mean, let's just go to, I mean, I've been holding a bunch of oil plays, you guys know that, but Devon Energy, right? Right. I've been loading up on this stuff all the way when, you know, oil started getting a bit higher. The market's I've been holding these things for a while. I sold some of them off over here. And then I sold a lot of them off right here when the market started to crash back down after the markets adjusted to the war in Russia. But then I started to buy back up here, and I was like, oh my gosh, guys, I don't know if this is going to be going down. But again, dividends, so it kind of works in my favor to be holding for a long period of time here. It ended up coming back up here, and then what happened? We crashed again, and I just kept on buying. You know, sometimes I just deal with the crashes, but I'm still holding some, I guess, some, not specifically in Devon Energy, it's in some other ones. I'm still holding some plays that I should have probably sold off here, but, you know, the dividends have just been working in my favor, so I don't really, you know, mind the price kind of fluctuations here. But, you know, go to something more classic like ZOM, excuse me, Exxon. ZOM is the ticker. You know, I sold off a lot here, and I started accumulating more and more and more. You just have to be careful though, because if you're in long-term, don't mess with your long-term oil stocks or your long-term portfolio stuff if you're banking on collecting dividends, because sometimes it can, if you sell them like probably a couple days before the dividends come out or mess with them around that time, you might not be able to get the dividend, which is kind of a pain in the butt, especially if you've been holding for a while. So don't mess it up. But, you know, you go to ZOM over here, you know, a good 3.83% dividend. It's fine. It's not usually my favorite for dividends, but it's fine. It has dividends. I think I'm holding it for a while. And then you go to the other stuff like PXC that we talked about before, Pioneer Natural Resources. That's giving you a whopping 11% dividend, and it's at $231. That's kind of high, but you know, if you buy some of this, you should be fine for dividends. All types of stuff. But you know, gap up is, you know, the main point here. Small short floats. You can see how the sales have been good, the earnings have been good. They're printing money every quarter. 6.18 billion. Printing money, like they're making so much money, it's absolutely absurd, which is why they can afford to kind of give out some of those good dividends. I love the dividends. Meanwhile, ZOM and some other ones, they're doing fantastic as well. But you know, oil, something I like quite a bit. There we go, 15 auto. There we go. All right. You know, it's Christopher. Is buying NFTs done by Sheeb as an option? I don't know for Sheeb. I know there's different markets. So I know there's like a Solana market, there's an Ethereum market. So in theory, there might be a Sheeb market out there. I don't know. I could try to figure out and get back to you, but I don't know. What I would go do is just go over to OpenSea. Do I even have it open still now? Oh no. Okay. Am I even typing anywhere? So I think if I go here and I go to explore, okay, so Solana NFTs, oh, actually, I don't know. This might be Solana's page though, so, right? Collections, Crypto Punks. There was somebody from Bored Ape Yacht Club at this NFT event. I mean, like, I don't know. Oh, here you go. Currency, Ethereum, Wrapped Ethereum, Ape, Ash, and Bat for this one right here. I think Solana's another one here, but I don't. So UDSC for this one, Ethereum for this one. Ethereum. Yeah, so a lot of Ethereum here. But maybe if I go to Wrapped Ethereum. Oh, this is just regular Ethereum. Oh, here's Wrapped Ethereum right there, right? So there you go. There you go. Half an Ethereum or half the Wrapped Ethereum. So yeah, they're there. They're there. I mean, I don't know about SHIB, but you'd have to kind of do a bit more research. You might not be able to get it on OpenSea. You might have to do something else here. I don't even have an account with OpenSea, so I'm gonna have to do that in the first place here. But I'll make some good art pieces, and we'll make a couple of good art pieces sometime after I'm done being sick here. We can do some fun stuff here. A lot of apes. A lot of apes. Mine will just be from my name, Michael Whitman. Nice and easy. I don't need to become a big fashion sense guy or a big ape guy. And I can. Am I looking at any watches? No, not right now. I thought about buying some watches, but dude, like here, I went to Nordstrom's and, you know, I was looking at some watches. I don't know if I can find the one I was looking for here, but watches. There you go. All the watches the lady showed me, I think because I was looking for nicer rings, all the watches that she showed me started like offered like $1,000, and I was just like, there's no way. Like, I like watches. Maybe one day I'll actually pay that much for a watch, but I just can't imagine me buying a watch that costs that much money. I honestly, I just can't. Like, here, let's look at some of these watches. Can I find one? No. This one. Okay, this is one I liked actually. This is $1,200. This is one, if she was gonna get me to buy one, it was this one. I like some of these other styles and stuff. Oh, I don't like that. I already have enough of these watches that kind of have weights that keep it going. But you know, I don't actually have a simple, elegant watch, and I thought about this because it was 20% off, 25% off. They had like a little sticker thing on it. I thought about it. I really, really did. But I was like, no. Because I'm about to buy a $400 ring plus a freaking $900 watch plus taxes in Washington with like another $100 on top of that. I mean, yeah, no. But what do you call it? I did like this watch a lot, mostly because it's a simple watch, and it looks. I don't know if you know what this brand is, but Swiss made. Who doesn't like a Swiss watch? I did actually look for them over there, but man, watches have gotten more expensive these days. Very, very expensive. I don't even know if I have any watches on my counter. No, I have a gold watch that has diamonds in it, but it's not $1,000. Has those small little diamonds or diamonds, but like, they're more of a prestige thing. The watch itself is very good and well made. But it was a Bulova watch. Let me see. I did not type that well, but here. Yeah, Bulova watch. Hey, I bought it a couple years ago. No, I bought it last year. The watch price may have even gone down now. Shopman's. Marine Star. No, I don't have that one. It's much more simple. I don't need crazy stuff. Is that all the watches you have? Oh. I don't know how this thing works, guys. Oh, it's just for the Marine collection. Oh, I see. So I gotta go here. Okay. I got a Mark Anthony watch. That thing is pretty chill. I got this one. Now it's only $380, right? Nice and cheap compared to when I bought it, as they always are. This is the watch I have. Little diamonds, little date, nice and simple. It doesn't really have much there. That's why I like the watch. Right? Water resistant, whatever. But yeah. See, the value of the watch has gone down a lot, which means I freaking overpaid. No, I didn't overpay for it, did I? I think I might have gotten it on a deal or something. I don't know. I literally bought it just for a wedding, so I had a good, nice gold watch, because normally I have tons of silver watches. Let's see. There was an article that was mentioning that she was part of an Ethereum network. Always double check on your own for sure. Yeah, I don't know, but if it works out, dude, that would be freaking awesome. Like, I'm looking at OpenSea here, And personally, the way I'm going to approach buying NFTs, which I'm going to buy a few, I'm not going to go on this page and start looking and just find random stuff that I like. From all the contacts that I've made over this week, which is quite a number, and they are pretty knowledgeable about NFTs, I'm going to just ask them, hey, what projects do you like, and how do I buy these? Because there's a lot of Telegram groups out there of passionate people about NFTs, and I'm going to get access to those groups, and that way I know what NFTs I personally want to buy. But again, it's not because the art looks good. It's because they can give a long-term view. These people are known to be solid individuals who are good at building companies. They're getting there, and what they're looking for right now is just a little bit startup capital. So I buy a NFT for $50, $20, free one, $1,000, or not $1,000, but like under $100 probably. I buy one that kind of goes towards helping them keep on the company going, and then they try to build something really great, but only because I know that the people I trust from this meeting are also doing the same thing, right? So that's how I'm approaching all of this here. Over time, I'm going to try to share what I know as far as like what makes a good company. I'll try to share that with you guys. But I don't know anything about NFTs still. I mean, I know some now as far as the utility and what you're going to be looking for over the next few years. But I don't know what any of these groups mean. Like there was like the apes group, all that type of stuff. I don't know. I'm no expert on that type of stuff. So I'll be learning more and more over the next few weeks, and that'll be good. And hey, Jared Samples, what's your favorite wild animal? Do an NFT of that? Probably a wolf then. That or a saber-toothed tiger. I like saber-tooths quite a bit, but probably a wolf. Maybe I'll do a white wolf to make it look like a Loki or something like that. So maybe we can have an NFT that's like inspired by Loki. So that's probably what I'll do. But it'll be fine. But okay, buddy, I'm going to end the stream right here, right now. My throat's actually kind of bugging me more than I thought. You guys know I'm coming down with a cold here. I'll let you guys know if I can stream much more over the next few days. I'm going to try to stream for at least an hour tomorrow if I can. Might be a little bit more slower paced and all that good stuff. But, chill out, guys. The market's kind of still going sideways, even after the good day the market had today. We're ultimately just going sideways, guys. We're going to try by the end of today to reach that 50-day moving average. And we're going to be hoping the Nasdaq and the traditional markets can continue to build on the momentum today and keep riding this potential wave that they've started. We have futures up a little bit. We don't know if that's going to continue up on this upward movement, but I think you guys need to, don't get too bullish, don't get too bearish right now. If anything, you want to be bearish because the technicals aren't that good. However, we still haven't broken down on Bitcoin for those new yearly lows, so we could always bounce off of here. I have a long and a short, but I have long-term shorts, short-term longs. I want to see where we go, but it's not like I'm hoping for any like big boom above $26,000, something like that. I'd like to see a Q4 rally. Technicals say something else. Earnings may say something different, but once the earnings start coming out over the next few weeks, that's what I think we're going to be most excited about. Okay, buddy.